Well, I don't give a shit. Because if people don't like me because of the way I talk or think, that's their business. See what I'm saying? That's their business. Like, it's your business. I ain't mad at you if you don't like me. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know, it's your business. It's not my business. The question is why do people care? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they need your validation. They want you to like me because they don't like themselves. So they're looking for everybody else to validate their value. Am I cool? Am I good? You like me?
Did I make it?
Am I right? Huh? You know, I don't do that.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, fuck everybody, just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, fuck everybody, just do your thing.
The day I met Bullhorn Betty and Jonathan Lee Riches, they were protesting in front of the Laundries home. I began to document them, and little did I know, the three of us would spend the next few months traveling together. Nothing scares us, even if it means crossing a freezing cold river and getting wet. We put our lives in danger because we want to find answers. It gives us purpose, even if it means going undercover to get those answers, or visiting the scene of a crime and paying our respects. Searching for the truth isn't easy. It gets you out of your comfort zone and makes you see things in a different perspective. And it's this perspective that we want the world to see. At the end of the day, we fight for justice. We fight for those who don't have a voice. We fight for those who were silenced.
Three places that you can stay for absolutely free. 3 of them. You ain't got to pay a doggone thing. Hear me. Understand that you can stay out my face for free. You can stay out my business for free. And you can stay out my way for free. Those things won't cost you a doggone thing. 3 places you can stay for absolutely absolutely free. Thank you.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Well, good morning. Clearly, we have some crazy people up at 6:45 in the morning. What are you guys doing? Go to bed. What's wrong with you people? Just joking. Just joking. I hear there's a birthday in the house. I hear Kristen. And we're not gonna say she's turning 35 today, but apparently Kristen is finally over 21. She's finally over 25. She made it to 30. And she's successfully crossing over the 35 mark. Kristen, you are not old. Trust me. We're only as old as we feel. We're only as old as we feel. But happy birthday to you. I'm happy that you're here. What the hell you're doing on the Bullhorn Betty channel? It's at 6:45 in the morning. Who knows? Who knows? But good morning and happy birthday. Good morning to all. We got some crazy people in here right now, right? And we've always got 400 people. I haven't gone live this time of morning in literally forever because it's been well over a month. It's been hard getting back on track. It's hard getting back to what we used to do on the coffee club. Good morning, bitches. How you doing? How you doing? Right? It's a great day, but we have a hurricane. It's now a tropical storm, folks. Don't worry. So far, I mean, it's literally pouring on my head. I don't know if the internet's going to go down, but if you guys remember, one of the great things about Savannah, Georgia is these beautiful little hotspot boxes, right? We found out about these. So we've got 3 different internets kicking right now. We've got the internet that has the home internet. We've got the phone internet, and we got the hotbox internet. And guess what? They're all 3 different services. So no matter what happens right now, we're not going down. We're not going down. I mean, unless every single poll, every single internet data service provider goes completely down, that is the only way we're not going to be broadcasting today. So we're here. I'm not blowing away. You don't have to worry about the roof because here's a state secret. It's already gone. Like all the shingles are gone. Actually, most of them. I think there might be a strip or 2 still left up there. I have no idea. I still haven't gone up there to look. I'm terrified to look. I have to be honest with you. But so far, no leaks in the house. Many of you guys know we have felt paper up there. The wood's not missing, thank God. It's just the shingles. The shingles blew off and Hurricane Ian. That was a horrible, horrible hurricane we just had. It was catastrophic for Florida. Many people lost their lives down south. We had an opportunity to look at some of the stuff that happened down south. Let me see if I can pull that up. I bet you I did it on iMovie. Hold on a second. Maybe we'll just, I mean, it's scary. I got to be honest with you. It's pretty stinking scary. But at the end of the day, you know, why isn't this not working? Okay, there we go. Let's see if iMovie opens. It opens? Okay, it's opened. Let me see what we got here. Oh, we even got, that's right. I forgot I started no, I think I did all the hurricane stuff on the go on my phone, which now I have an Apple phone. So all the wonderful app, I have decided, I know Olivia is going to kill me. I've decided I'm going to pay the money to get this screen fixed because this will be, I'll have some 2 decent 4K res phones. In between the phones, I'll have a full terabyte of photos and videos. So I've decided, even though I'm not going to use this phone, I'm going to go ahead and get the screen fixed so I can transfer files. I can do what I need because many of you guys know we have a lot more luxuries on Android than we do Apple, unless you want to pay an arm and a leg. You got to buy everything on Apple products, right? On Android, whatever, Google Play, whatever they work out, they basically tell their people that you got to give them at least a free demo type of thing. You know, you don't get that on Apple. I'm finding out, like, all my apps that I've learned and I'm accustomed to, just don't, you know, it's going to cost me like $1,000 to have all the stuff added to this phone. So we'll work on it. We'll work on it. But anyways, I've decided I'm going to pay the $400 and also get this phone. And then I'll have 2 phones. But I'm going to be smarter because coming out of this OtterBox is crap. This Defender OtterBox. The problem is that this has, look at that. You got your raised edges on the top and the bottom, but not on either side. Well, this, as you can see, the glass comes above the sides. So how are you protecting my glass? And they still haven't repaired. 2 phones have broken this OtterBox, and not one time has OtterBox repaired either phone. So I'm done with the OtterBox. I've got to be honest, done with the OtterBox. Give me just a second. I can't turn my fan on. I can only turn my AC down. Sorry about that. I got all these hot lights looking right at me. And my shirt says, be your own kind of beautiful. Like, as many people know, I really do try to inspire people, despite what the haters say. And the people that are on the replay, don't worry, I'm coming back later today because I realize I have 2 different types of people here. We got the early birds and we got the not early birds. We got the Dolly Vision, Turtle Gang, people that like to wake up at noon or 2, right? So God bless you guys too, but you're not going to miss Bullhorn Betty. So I'm going to probably start doing 2 shows a day, just to make sure that we cover all bases, especially on this case, because there's so much attention to Quinton Simon and why we're even here, you know, which is ridiculous. We've heard a lot of stuff about Police Chief Hadley having this illicit, you know, prostitution thing that he was involved in, and that was making its way around. And while I poked at the police chief, I do like to be factual on here. And the bottom line is that rumor is untrue. He was the police chief at the time that this scandal came out, but he was not involved other than firing the bad actors that were involved. So you guys know that I do not care for Police Chief Hadley for a number of reasons, primarily because you don't violate my rights and expect to be my BFF, right? So in everything that his officers do is a reflection of him, and it's under his command and under his watch. So I take offense to that. But in the grand scheme of things, we are factual on here. And despite that, you know, despite the rumors you're hearing and despite my feelings about this police chief, those rumors are incorrect. The police chief did do his duty. It was brought to his attention about this, and he made the corrective actions necessary to handle the situation. What do I mean by that? He put the people on administrative leave that needed to be on administrative leave, and he fired the other people. I believe it was just one person that got fired that was probably directly involved. The actual actor, right? So, you know, that rumor is partly true, but mostly false that you're hearing about the police chief. He was not directly involved. It wasn't him that was having the acts done. It wasn't him being a part of the action, so to speak. He was just the boss that this came to, and he had to make corrective actions. What I don't like is, of course, once again, no charges. No charges. So we have now coined Police Chief Hadley as No Charge Hadley, because under his watch, you're more likely to get charged for walking down a street than committing an actual crime. So that's the problem I have. That'll be always the problem I have. He made this PR nightmare for himself when he started arresting people, when his officers lost their cool, when they clearly show lack of training, lack of discernment. You know, there's just a lot of things that go along with this that are uncomfortable for me and should be uncomfortable for the chief. So instead of blaming the YouTubers, maybe you need to retrain your officers. That would seem to be more appropriate in this situation. And I hope whatever outcome comes from internal affairs, I hope that's partly recommended. I hope it's recommended that his officers get training. I just found out this outfit has only been in existence since 2017, 2018 time. And the reason why I say that is because I heard he was elected appointed in the end of 2017, and the establishment of this police department was established on 2018. So this is a new, and this kind of explains the lack of training, right? You got a new outfit. You're supposed to be running. You're supposed to be taking command. You're supposed to be making sure your officers are properly trained and handle themselves in accordance with the law. And you yourself are dictating inappropriate law that violates people's rights and giving your police officers orders to also violate people's rights. I got a problem with that. Everybody should have a problem with that. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. I don't bring my political crusades here other than the things that affect the cases when I'm on them. So, we got these issues. We got a lot of these issues going on. And those are the reasons I don't like Police Chief Hadley. Okay. But I like to, again, be factual. So the rumors that you're hearing about Police Chief Hadley having, being Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky are untrue. So we want to make sure that's corrected. And I'm going to say that a few times because I know that has made its way around YouTube's quite a bit on the streets, and people are parroting that from channel to channel. So I want you guys to parrot the truth. It's untrue. Okay. As much as I dislike this police chief, we have to be factual. And the bottom line is it doesn't appear he had any involvement in whatever happened in Kalamazoo, Michigan. So with that said, I just want to say good morning to you. We finally have a chat. I mean, it's growing. If you guys have not liked this yet, please go out and like it. We obviously have about 700 crazy people out there in the world that want to be up at 7 a.m. with me. I am rested, as you see. I finally started cleaning up. If many of you guys know, if you've been following me and you know my life story, I came in from this trip and I literally pulled everything out of the car and stuck it in my living room. My living room I don't use. And it's kind of funny. I was just talking to another friend, which is a creator. And we were talking about the use of our home, right? And it's so funny because this particular creator is like, oh yeah, I only use the back half of the house. This is where my room is. This is where this. And I'm like, it's kind of funny that you say that because I'm similar. I literally use, even before many of you guys know, when my husband was here, we lived in separate rooms for a really long time. We kind of had this whole roommate thing going on before we got our divorce. And so he was kind of in the front of the house. He had the bedroom, the washer dryer, the kitchen, the living room. He didn't mind sitting in a recliner and watching TV in the living room. I never was in the living room since he's been gone. He's been gone almost 2 years. Still haven't even used the living room. So all this crap in the living room was just piled up in the living room. And I came home, I marinated in the bed for a couple days. I finally got up, I felt rested, and I'm like, okay, I need a shower. That's number one, need a shower. And then I go into the living room and it was almost overwhelming. I just turned around and I came back here and worked. I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with it. Well, Olivia called. She says, hey, I'm going to come over tomorrow. I'm like, oh no, my house looks like a bomb went off in it. I can't have company when it looks like this. She's family. So even if she wanted to come over and the house looked like crap, guess what? She's coming over, right? I'll just have to suck it up. But I'm like, okay. So I go out there and I'm like, okay, these clothes, I can't bring them in because they smell like Dolly, right? They smell like Dolly. And guys, it's not even like nothing like the cohabitation or anything like that. This is strictly him using the car, and my luggage being in the car. Everything smells like Dolly. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean, kind of the Delta products smell in everything. Okay. If many of you guys know, I don't do that. I don't partake. And so having the car and everything just infiltrated, it's weird. That's all I can say. It's weird. So I started getting everything out, whether it was dirty or clean. It smells like smoke. It just needs to be washed. So, this pile, it's a month worth of laundry. A month. Has anybody seen a month worth of laundry before? It's insane. Okay. This is why we do laundry once a week, right? Because we don't want to wait a month to do laundry. I literally have like 5 loads, literally large loads of laundry to do. I was able to get 2 of those loads done. The other load is in the dryer as we speak. So I still have 3 more loads to do. And that doesn't even come close to putting all the crap away, all the equipment that was brought. I got to find places for that, because many of you know we went up there with XYZ amount of equipment and come back with a lot more. Because when we're on the road and we need something, such as our internet sucks out there and we need to stop and get a hot box or a light, we have to stop and get those things. So it was a little crazy out there. So anyways, good morning all. I've seen a few people. Peace, love, and light. Good morning. First to say good morning on the Bullhorn Betty channel, the Coffee Club this morning. I love that name. Peace, love, and light, right? It's almost like the calling card for what we do, outside of, seeking justice. But that could be part of the light part, right? Peace, love, and light. Like, what do you refer to when you speak of light? The light bulb that goes off, thinking, there's a lot of things that can be interpreted by that. Mary Jane, nice to see you. I love coffee. Me too. Imagine that. Me too. This was a beautiful cup that says, good morning, bitches. This was given to me by Karen. She was out there with us. I got to talk to her. Like, it's so crazy. I made so many friends in Savannah, Georgia, and we hung out together every single freaking day, right? I mean, we all hung out together peacefully, even though law enforcement wants to lie to its public. I mean, granted, things did get a little crazy out there, but for the most part, like, you got to expect some craziness to happen in anything. I mean, that was I've never experienced anything like it, so it's an experience I now have. However, there was a lot of beautiful people out there exercising their rights responsibly. And there was a few bad actors that came out there and wanted to be disruptive. Even the protesters that got arrested, which I've said this over and over, I feel like a broken record. I feel like those were ticketable offenses. But Police Chief Hadley wanted to stretch his arm, intimidate people, and instead of arresting people that have committed horrible crimes against children, they decide to arrest the people that are pissed off that they failed to arrest a person that's done horrible crimes against children. A lot of these people that went arrested have been in the system before, in the DFACS system specifically. So they know how difficult DFACS made their life, and they're sitting there wondering why they had to go through that. But this family that has done worse stuff to their children have not had to deal with that. Worse stuff. There are people out there that have drug problems. Just because you have a drug problem doesn't mean that you're not taking care of your child properly. There's a lot of people out there, and we talk about it all the time. We see it every single day. There's a lot of people that have drug problems and alcohol problems that, because they have the drug and alcohol problems, do horrible things. So you get, it's kind of that's why you can't have a broad brush when you talk about these issues, or talk about, like they're trying to take a brush and tag every protester out there as criminals. And that's horrible. That's horrible. I am not a criminal, nor have I been arrested in Chatham County. So whatever that police chief is referring to, he's not referring to me. And even though they arrested Dolly, they're definitely not referring to him, because had they done their job, Dolly would have never had been put in the position that he had to protect somebody, period. So they're not talking about him. So who are they really talking about? The hecklers. They're talking about their own community members. Their own community members. And if they really want to talk about hecklers, if you look up the definition, the hecklers would have actually been crackhead 1 and crackhead 2, and the clown. Because we, as media, were out there in our official capacity, and they were disrupting the production. The definition of heckler, right? There was nothing going on except us when we were out there. So when they talk about hecklers, they weren't talking about me. They weren't talking about the beautiful people on the side of the road. There's no way they were talking about them, because there was nobody performing that was interrupted. Nobody. That's what that definition means. And you get this from the people that you would expect to know what the definitions mean. Mainstream media. So it makes you wonder, why would mainstream media be lying to you? That's something you're going to have to ask them. Something you're going to have to ask them. So good morning. Good morning, Betty Ann Marie and B. Nice to see you. Quirky Carlotta. Don't know what that is, but good morning. You sound a little quirky. Quirky. Too early to be tongue-tying Bullhorn Betty this morning. I'm here too. Good morning. Good morning. Stacy, nice to see you. Savannah, smile a while. I love it. The video of Savannah LE officer that didn't know what the ACLU meant was priceless. It shows how uneducated and untrained the LE officers in Chatham County are. Yes. And again, you know, in that, to be honest with you, that person, any law enforcement should know what and he's asking me, what does it stand for? Americans Liberty Civils Union. Like, who doesn't know what the ACLU is? And what they do. It's crazy. Because they're taking orders from a police chief that doesn't mind violating people's rights and using his officers to do so. This is under Police Chief Hadley's watch. And I keep wondering why he's not helping Quinton. And that's kind of the thumbnail, the inspiration of the thumbnail. Was, you know, there's all these charges that Leilani could be charged with. She's on double probation. She's a real piece of garbage that injures children, small defenseless children. And this police chief thinks it's better to have her out of the home than in his jail. That to me tells me that there is a money issue. Because you know what? Any other district in any other county I go into, when you have a bad guy that injures kids, they want that person behind bars as quickly as possible. As quickly as possible. They don't want them tampering with evidence. They don't want them obstructing justice. They don't want them, threatening witnesses. They don't want none of that. And that's what they're allowing to happen right now. You know, they may be we don't know who she's calling, what phone she's using. They all know and believe, because they're paranoid as hell, because they're all on drugs. They absolutely believe their house is being tracked, monitored, and literally recorded. Michael even told Dolly that if he finds a bug, he's throwing it away. This is the same Michael that says he wants the truth about his nephew. Well, if you want the truth about your nephew, why would you be throwing any bugs away? Right? They're there for a reason. So it doesn't sound like Michael is interested in the truth. Not interested in the truth at all. Makes you wonder why. Marla McMichael, nice to see you. Mandy. Susan Russo. Serena, nice to see you, love. Kay Sloan, nice to see you as well. We got Lana, Rhonda. Melly, Joe, nice to see you. Late evening from Australia. I know, because you're one of those crazy people that want to hang out with me at 7 o'clock in the morning. What? Yeah, we're under, guys, I will tell you that this storm is nothing compared to Hurricane Ian at all, or in the slightest. This is already, as soon as it hit land, was already breaking apart and being a tropical storm. If anybody has lived in Florida, a tropical storm is like a horrible, heavy thunderstorm, which we are accustomed to every summer, every winter, these horrible thunderstorms that come in, especially as the climate changes and things of that nature. They are really, really bad. Lots of wind, and they can just come down in buckets. So this one is definitely not as concerning. You know, I've lived in Florida my whole life, and, you know, we talked about storm surge and things of that nature. And I never realized until Fort Myers what that storm surge really was and really did. And this is the problem. I'm going to go here. I'm going to show you guys some stuff on here, and excuse the commercials in advance. It's my work. I went out there, but I want you guys to see it because it's pretty bad. Give me just a second. But it was heartbreaking what really happened out here. So let me see it. Message. I know I've got it. Maybe it was on my live. Excuse me. Let me see if this is it. Okay, it's going to make me play it. Blech. Sorry, guys. We have to support the Bullhorn Betty channel. So here is some of the damage. This has got this is not the major stuff. Hold on, let me find the major stuff. There's some major stuff on here, but it literally makes you sickened. I think I did it all live. So let me go back over here to the live, because we did run live on a lot of this stuff, and it was pretty bad. Especially the one where we were, hold on here, where we were coming into town for the first time, and you literally seen boats in the middle, huge, massive boats. It was insane. I can't explain it other than that. It was absolutely, utterly insane. I think this is the one, made landfall. And then we went into Kylie Rodney. I think this is it right here. Internet is back on, and I'm heading south. There was one in here. Maybe it was this one. Give me just a second. Let me find. But it was really bad, and you could see. And oh, you know what it is? I bet you anything. It's on my drive. Hold on one second. I bet you I do have it. It's on my phone, and I got my phone hooked up. So let's just see what we got here. Okay, sorry, I just had a little click trying to get my, there we go, Android files. Probably not going to let me even hook it up because I can't see the screen. Yeah, it's not going to let me hook it up. Shit. I can't see what's on the screen. That's what happens to my screen right there. One little nick in the corner, and it caused my whole screen to, on this phone. I got to get it fixed. But anyways, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. We had, I mean, the damage was crazy, literally crazy. The damage that was out there from this hurricane. I'm still trying to find it though. Quinton Simon. We've got our, is this on? This is not even on. I don't know why. It just like dies down if I don't have it all. There we go. I don't know why it's not popping up. All right, guys. Well, I'm having a horrible time with trying to find the stuff on this reader. I've done a couple things that I don't know what I did. Oops, did I do that? Yes, I did. So I've got to take a couple apps off here because my NTFS app is causing something to go wrong with this, and I don't know how to disable it. I really don't. Every time I go here, it forces me to purchase it. So let me see if I can just open and not mounted. It's saying it's not mounted, but it should be mounted. I don't know why it's not being mounted. I don't know how to get that out of there. All right. Well, anyways, I'll have to figure it out. I got some things going on behind the scenes, but I don't want to take too much of your time. So Zelda, nice to see you. Melissa, Jen, justice for all. Yes, yes, yes. Club is back in session, baby. Hit that like. Many of you guys don't know before you guys met me out in Savannah that we are one of the first morning shows on YouTube that discuss this true crime. Now, I'm not saying I'm the first one ever, But when I go to look at live, what you get in the morning is drizzles of rain. You know, those sound things. You get NASA. You get looking at stars, but you don't really have anything to feed the brain or feed the soul. So we started out. We wanted to make this, even though we talk about some horrible, horrible cases, we like to make it fun and empowering. And one of the ways that we do it is through this book called The Language of Letting Go. This I've had for a very long time. I thought it was only a few years, but when we look back at when I actually got this book, I've had this book almost over 15 years. And this is a book that I have used years and years and years. I used to sleep with it. I still sleep with it every now and again when I'm having some really rough stuff. This is kind of like a daily devotional or inspirational type of thing. It has, it breaks it out daily. See, it just breaks it out by day. And it's funny because I've been reading it for so long, you would think that you would get, old of the stuff in it. But every time I read it, every year I read it, I get something new out of it. And that's what the beauty of this. Many of the audience has actually purchased their copy. This is not an advertisement for this book. This is I just love this book. And I thought today, I haven't read it in a while, and I thought today was a really good day to possibly read it. And when it starts getting really long and I think it's going to take up too much time, I don't. And even though we have almost 900 people in this chat right now, I'm going to take the time to read this because this kind of goes right into the heart of what we talk about here. This goes, and I know if it resonates with me, it'll resonate with somebody out there in the audience and hopefully help them have a great day today. But this also kind of goes in line with some of the chaos that we're seeing in this case, Quinton Simon case. So I'm going to read it. This is November 10th. That's what today is. If you guys have forgotten what today is, where is it? There it is. November 10th, right? And the title of this particular is Find a Way to Say I Can. Slowly, I began to see that many of the boxes I found myself in were my own making. I tend to construct them, crawl in, then wonder who I could blame for putting me there. Who did this to me? I wonder and sometimes asked aloud. That's when I'd hear the answer. You did, Melody. You put yourself in this box. Now it's up to you to get out of it. Each of us has our own degree of freedom. We have certain things that we can do and certain things we can't. Sometimes this freedom fluctuates at different times in our lives. Sometimes we are bound by our responsibility to other people. Sometimes we have financial limitations. Sometimes we're limited to what our bodies can or cannot do at any given point in time. Alcoholics who know they cannot drink because they lose control when they do are people who are in touch with their power. They can't drink, but they get to have a manageable life instead. Healthy, happy people know and recognize that what they can do and what they truly can't, at least not without unwanted repercussions. Sometimes we put too many limitations on ourselves. We look around because we're used to accepting our limitations. We automatically tell ourselves, I can't do that, so I can't do anything else. I've been to the house, touched the rock collection of the author, George Sand's, who lived in southern France years and years ago during a time when women had few rights. It turned out that George was really a woman who took on a man's name so she could write and sell her books. Her legend and her books still live on. Identifying what you legitimately can't do or what you'd be better off and more powerful if you didn't. Learn to live with those limitations. That's how you'll learn to own your power. But don't stop there. Look around and see what you can do too. Be creative. Knowing what you truly can't do is often a stepping stone to discovering what you can do. So God help me own my power by surrendering to what I can't do. Then help me own my power some more by discovering what I can. So guys, just because you're limited on certain things that you can't do doesn't mean you got nothing to do at all, right? You find the stuff you can do. And so I think if somebody can get something out of that, God bless you. Again, we do try to inspire people. It's not about us just going in and causing disruption. It's going in causing a little disruption and empowering people to do the right thing and to act more appropriately, or to, harness the power that they didn't know they had. And a lot of that is their own voice. And so we take the silence away from people, so they're no longer silenced. And that's kind of what we do. This is the case, at least for this one. This is not necessarily, we've been on many cases. This is by far, I think, the craziest one that we've ever been. I mean, I don't know. There's some crazy ones. But this is one that was grossly disgusting, especially from, it being law enforcement, the people that are supposed to protect our rights. And when they're violating them, I have a big problem with it. Southern Granny Wolf, nice to see you. We already talked to you. I love coffee. Lex Luthor, nice to see you back, my friend. Nice to see you back. Kimmy Strickland, Melissa Wolf, Pale Raider, Heather, nice to see you. Elisa, Blue Eyes, nice to see you. Nikki, I don't know if I told you, Justice for All, good morning. If I haven't, good morning. Nerdy Girl T. So I know there's a lot of people in here by now because I've already been talking for 40 minutes and I'm still at the top of the chat. So yay me. LC, nice to see you. Good morning. Sepsis, Facebook user, I do see you back there. April C. Maya May. I don't know. Bulldog Tracy, nice to see you. Crime Alive, nice to see you as well. So, this segment, it really is we're finding out a little more about Police Chief Hadley. Just not crazy about his policing. I think and we've discussed this over and over again, that his entire department needs to be retrained. Is he going to do that? Is he going to accept responsibility about that? Probably not, which is a shame. But we're in the middle of the tropical storm right now. Literally, rain is coming down like buckets. I can hear it on the roof. You guys can't hear it because I'm in a concrete block building, and you barely hear it, but I hear it on the roof. I can hear it right now that I don't have shingles. It pelts a little harder. It pelts a little harder. SB, nice to see you, and I believe we have a new member as well, and I missed it. I'm trying to find. There you are. So Brandy Johnson, thank you for being the newest member of the Coffee Club. Again, guys, don't worry if you're missing the morning segment of this show. I will be doing something later this afternoon, probably around 1 or 2 for you, potentially. Now, if Olivia comes over here today, that may thwart some of that. I may have to adjust the time, but because we've got a lot of work to do here. We've got a lot of research to do. I got a lot of homework to do. She even gave me homework last night and said, this is what you need to watch. You need to watch this. And I'm like, and I didn't do it. I've been tired. Lord, it's like coming down. Wow. Well, it's not looking pretty out there, guys. It's not looking pretty out there at all. Oh, my butt hurts. Problem is with these seats, they got such a hard bottom. When you sit on it too long, it kills the tailbone. I don't know if it's from the back part. I need one of those ass pillows. Maybe I need to call Walmart or Walgreens and say, hey, do you have an ass pillow? Can you send me an ass pillow, please? My tailbone is starting not to feel so comfortable in the seat. Ass pillow, please. 911 SOS. I need an ass pillow. Oh, Lord. Good morning. Nice to see you, Sonia. Nice to see you, Sue. I see you guys there. Karen Davis. Nice to see you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up this. I'm going to open up the chat. I'm going to open up the panel here in just a second. Let me go over here. Oh, hold on, guys. Let me get the link. And we're going to bring you up on panel. You have to show your face behind the scenes. I'm not going, because of the horrible trolls and things of that nature, I'm not going to be putting anybody on screen. We will hear you behind the scenes, but I'm not going to put anybody on screen. It's just not going to do it. So let me get this over here and get it popped up. Oh, the chat's moving so fast right now. I can't even see where hold on, guys. You're going to have to give me just a second. I got to find where I put my link for this. All right. There. Nope, that's not me. Hold on. I got to find it. I don't know if I'm on top. I'm on top chat. Hold on. Let me get to live chat. I may have to post it again. There I am. So let me post this at the top. Pen. All right. I just pinned the StreamYard to the top of the chat. So if you guys are there, if you want to come and tell me what you think about all this, you know, that not just about Police Chief Hadley or the case or how we condemn the fact that Leilani is still running the streets, which I think is just despicable. You know what really irritates me is this is what really gets up. It just burns my grits. Okay. This is really Southern Granny. I see you. I'm gonna pull you up here in just a second. But what really gets my grits on this is the fact that, hold on. Yeah, thank you. Let me go back. There we go. What really gets my grits, give me just a second and then I'll bring you, I'll talk to you, is the fact that, you know, all the law-abiding citizens, all the people that are out there on the street that do the right thing every single day have to be forced, literally forced to be around this woman and around her on the streets, knowing she beat these children multiple times long before Quinton ever disappeared. And because of the inability or the literally the unwillingness of this police chief to get her behind bars for good cause, she beat these children. You don't need the CPS or DFACS to tell you that a crime has been committed. It is not for DFACS to say, oh, charge this person with this. No, they are not law enforcement. They do not run criminal investigations. The only people that do that is police departments and sheriff departments. Those are the people responsible for investigating and charging people with crimes. Who the hell, when has a police chief or any sheriff needed to go and say, may I charge this person, pretty please, with the crime? Are you kidding me? The police department and the sheriff's department has the broadest policing powers, the broadest power of any governmental entity in a county or a state. Broadest powers of them all. They can go on private property. Literally the broadest powers of any governmental entity. So if you have the broadest power, why in the hell are you not charging a woman that has done despicable acts to children? You can't say, oh, we feel so bad because she's on drugs, and had she not done drugs? No. She chose to pump that shit in her body and chose to do it in front of her children. And then chose to abuse those children. No, we don't feel sympathy for people like that. If we showed sympathy for people like that, why even arrest anybody? Because everybody has a damn story as to why they would do this. I beat the kids because I was on drugs. It doesn't matter. You get behind a wheel of a car, drunk, and kill somebody. Do you think you're going to the judge and saying, well, I have an alcohol problem? Well, then why were you behind the wheel of a car? You know that about yourself, so why would you put yourself in jeopardy? You think that's a defense? I'm curious if No Charge Hadley, arrests people for running people over while intoxicated. Because if this child died because this woman was high, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So why is she out of jail? Okay, Southern Granny, sorry. Almost forgot you were there. How are you doing, love?
I am good. This is the first time I've ever grabbed anybody's link, but
well, thank you for being on Bullhorn Betty channel.
Yeah, well, thank you for everything you do. I have to say, this is the first case I've been able to follow you out doing your thing, and I'm so inspired by watching you, and it actually led me to send some emails and speak up, because I just absolutely could not believe what I was seeing. But your tenacity is to be admired. Um, and I won't stop, because I'm going to continue to use my voice from where I'm at. I kept trying to figure out how to finagle coming out there to join you guys, but um, I just absolutely can't believe this police chief does not see um, the hole he's creating for himself, and that he's putting himself in this position. I mean, he created this mess when he first named her the prime suspect the way he did. He started this all rolling, and all he has done is continue to dig the hole deeper and deeper for himself with every action that he's taken. And we see it. I don't understand how nobody is stepping up to hold him accountable. So I know you've talked a lot about, the elections and, officials. You did have some key elections in Georgia. I know one has headed to runoff, but in my experience, when I didn't get anywhere local, I went up the chain. And so it may be time for these people to take it to their representatives.
Yeah.
And, further up the line. It may sound big, but sometimes that's what you have to do. My son was assaulted in 8th grade. I got nowhere locally until I threatened to go to the media, and I started reaching out to my representatives, and all of a sudden everybody was on fire to help him, and to do something about what happened to him at school.
And I commend you on that, because a lot of people don't realize when you become the pimple on the butt of a politician, bet your butt they start acting, because they don't want to hear it, and it affects them negatively. And many of these people, even if they just got through the election, they don't want scandals like this, like people violating other people's rights and not throwing, somebody that has beat children in jail. Like, let's remove that this child is even missing or is dead, presumed dead and in a landfill. Let's remove that. Let's not even consider that. But all the other crimes that happened even up to October 5th, she should be charged with.
Absolutely. And it may actually weigh in your favor. Now is the perfect time. You have a runoff for that Senate seat.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to look good, and somebody needs some extra votes out there.
Yeah.
So
maybe that'll be it. Maybe reaching out to the Senate and saying, what the hell's going on in Chatham County?
I mean,
like, what's going on out here? It's the wild, wild west.
Yeah, it may be time to take this a little broader if nobody there locally is willing to step up. And, even, with things that were going on with COVID, and, our unemployment and things that were happening. I'll be honest, I pushed so hard on our representative about, what was happening with the failures in our unemployment system processing and things like that, that our representative's aide called me from Washington, D.C., and I was getting calls and communication, because I was constantly pushing back, calling the governor's office and reaching out, and not just for myself, but just the fact that this was such a huge failure. So there is more that can be done than just a local level. So I would hope that the people in Georgia, and, yes, we can from outside, push and write and speak up. But especially those people with those elections still hanging, speak up.
There might be some leverage that can be utilized in helping this child. And great point. Great point, Southern Grammy. Any other final words? I got a few more people behind the scenes here that I'm going to bring forward.
No, just we appreciate you. Thank you for all that.
Absolutely.
Hard work, but you're appreciated, and God bless you.
God bless you too. God bless you too. Katie you're going to be coming up next. If you want to just, it's going to pop you up just for a second. So just give me just a second let me get my shift one. There you go. So Katie did. How are you? What do you think about all this?
I'm fine. I think those people are despicable. I love what you and Dolly and everybody's doing for Quinton.
Yeah.
And I think that Savannah should attack the politicians.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, this police chief is an appointed position. That means he had to apply. There might have been other sheriffs or other police departments or other chiefs of police that applied for this job, but they chose Police Chief Hadley. And I'm very concerned as to why they made that decision, why they don't have money to do a search for the only major case that they've had in their county, according to their own sheriff. But they don't have the money for this, and they're leaving this woman that has abused children, and it's been documented, years of documented child abuse for this child, and not one crime against children has been levied upon Leilani or her mother, Billy Joe.
I think the police chief is Billy Joe's #1 customer.
Yeah, but we did dispute that the allegations coming out of Kalamazoo, Michigan, were incorrect. He wasn't involved in that.
Yeah,
but he had to fire the folks.
He's protecting them somehow for some reason.
And I think that is the sentiments that we're getting across the airways here on YouTube. Is like none of us. I mean, we've been in true crime. Some of these people have been covering this stuff for almost a decade.
Right.
On YouTube, and we're all just sitting here scratching our heads saying, what? You've got somebody that has abused, it wasn't for this history of abuse. Let's just talk about what I would expect. So say this lady woke up, her kid is gone, there's no history of abuse, there's no history of drugs, there's no history of neglect, there's no history of endangerment, this child just disappeared. I would expect that the police chief say, you know what, let's make sure that everything jives before we do something. I give it on a situation like that. There's no history of these things. I can understand that, but because there's a history of these things, a history of prostitution, a history of drugs, double probation, it's well documented through at least the last 6, 7, or 8 months of court proceedings with her mother, that this stuff is well documented of this abuse. Yep. We've got multiple people that came forward and said they called DFACS, like back before Quinton was even born, for Zane, because we see all Zane with double black eyes. Where did he get double black eyes? But you have this history of abuse, and then you're trying to convince the public that you have literally nothing to arrest her on. And if you arrest her, you jeopardize your case for this disappearance and death of this child. And that is totally untrue.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah. So what do you think the reason? I mean, I guess you kind of think that he's playing favoritism with his family. Do you live in Georgia?
No, I live in Oregon.
And how is it there? I mean, even in Oregon, it's a more liberal state. We all know that. But I'd have to think that they, with a history of abuse like this, they would even arrest a woman.
Yeah. DHS gets on them right away.
Gotcha. What do you think about the DFACS and the alphabet soup of child welfare across this country, taking these children out of these homes permanently, but never charging the parent with a crime?
I think the system is lacking immensely.
Yeah. I have to concur. Anything else? Any final words, Katie?
No. I just wanted to make sure that you knew we were behind you in Oregon.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. God bless you all. I mean, to be honest with you, this is, people, they don't understand why we do what we do. We don't always deploy the same strategy. Like every case I go to doesn't require a bullhorn. Like people try to make you believe, we do investigative work and stuff like that. But I just kind of was thrown in. I think I was angry. I really was angry when I went down there because a 20-month-old was missing. And I had just found out that the mother was caught lying, saying that Bubba, and that was the red flag. And it's like, I need to get down there.
She's had 3-4 different stories.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that alone would put in question.
Oh yeah, no, the law enforcement knows she's lying. We all know she's lying. The problem I have here is that, you know, everybody's trying to say that this child's, you know, or hypothesizing that this child may not be in the landfill. And I'm saying that, you know, I had boots on the ground there, and I can't imagine anywhere else she would put this child. There's really, I mean, yeah, they have a lot of woods there, but I'm sorry, I'm a country bunk, and if I'm not going in those woods, I doubt the owners of these houses are going in the woods at night.
Right.
I mean,
I'm glad you said that, because us here, we didn't know for sure.
Yeah, there's snakes everywhere. And then, you know, and I remember when I first saw that snake, and it's like, you know what, Olivia, Jonathan, Mom, and I, we have been in some swamps. We've been into some places that there's no civilization at. And I had not seen a coiled water moccasin or rattlesnake in all of those places. And they are, you know, rattlesnake pits. And we didn't see them. We didn't see them. They scattered away from us or something. But here, I stepped 6 inches into this fort, and first thing I see is a poisonous snake. And I'm like, this is a sign. I'm not stepping any further in here.
Yeah. She wouldn't put him in there.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine anybody being stupid enough to walk in those woods at night with no lights. Because even if you had a flashlight, you can't see what's on the side of you. You can only see what you're shining the light at. That's dangerous. I mean, they got some, you talk about copperheads. They probably have water moccasins out there, because there's ponds and stuff like that. You've got diamondback rattlesnakes. You've got cottonmouth rattlesnakes. These are all infiltrated in their woods out there. It's dangerous.
I hate snakes.
Yes. I hate them too. I have to be honest.
It's terrible.
But you know what? This right here, this scar right here, I don't know if you guys can see it, was actually done by a spider. So I'm more scared of spiders than I am of snakes.
Yeah, I am too.
But it was funny. We were on the four-wheeler, and Dolly, after he's seen the snakes, he wouldn't even get off the four-wheeler.
And he said he had his snake boots.
No, not when we went out there. He brought his snake boots when he came back the second time, but that was our shortest part of the trip, because I had been there literally from the 12th to November 5th. I was there almost a month. And I went home literally, I think 36 hours or less, and was turned around and went right back there. Dolly went home for a few days. Olivia, she went on her excursion for a few days, but I was there. I was exhausted. And Dolly came back the last part, and he brought his snake boots. But by then, the search part was done. We weren't searching anymore.
Right.
He was going to, but then he got arrested, and that put a hindrance in his. No, falsely arrested. He was falsely arrested, and that kind of ixnayed a lot of. We were at that point when they were making stuff up on him. We realized that this is not going to be good. They're going to do whatever they can to throw us in jail, whether it's legit or not. They're going to make up charges. We saw them do that. We saw them do that multiple times.
Now, is there video, or is it just hearsay of her dumping something in the garbage?
So that we have not confirmed by anybody. There was a couple people out there that were locals that knew some people, and apparently it was alleged that Leilani or her brother dumped some evidence in a garbage can at a neighbor's property. But the reason why I say it's not confirmed is because, other than it being third or fourth hand knowledge by the time it was stated to me, I haven't found somebody that was an eyewitness to that particular account. Just like the infamous video that we have related to Leilani dumping the Quinton in the dumpster and sitting there and waiting for the dumpster to be picked up. We heard that was a video. We heard that a long time ago. When October 6th, that's when we learned of that, but we've never seen the video. So even that's alleged.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because it's been brought up several times, but nobody has seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, but
okay.
you know, the reason why I like being boots on the ground is because you hear what other people don't hear. Somebody knows somebody, and
Right.
in that town, everybody knows everybody.
Right.
So it's like, especially in that neighborhood and on that street, and especially being Billy Joe, people know who she is. People know that family. People know how rotten they are. We've heard I mean, these kids were rotten when they were, you know, in middle school and high school.
Oh, I can imagine. She
And
had no supervision over them.
yeah, and then not only that, but Billy Joe was also a violent mother.
Yeah.
That's what makes me wonder, you know, was she also injuring those grandchildren? Because both of them are on drugs. Both of them have tempers from out the wazoo. And both of them had no problem fighting or hitting an individual, let alone a child.
Yeah. I think that's why Danny got out of there. He didn't want anything to do with what was going on.
Yeah, he probably realized, oh crap, it went too far. You know, I absolutely believe that Danny knows exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I believe that he knew that she was abusive to those children. I believe he has expressed that to law enforcement, which is, again, what irates me, is because the law enforcement knows this history of abuse and still letting this lady, where is the reward of putting a bad guy behind bars?
Their excuse is that, you know, she's house confined, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
Big deal.
Yeah, that's what they say. But every time I saw her leave, she seemed pretty. She seemed not to have a problem getting in a car and leaving the house to go wherever.
Yeah.
And we can definitely see that you know, BJ, Billy Joe, is on drugs. Every time I see her, she is high as a kite on narcotics.
Oh, no.
And you know, this is their life, and it's being exposed. And people are like, "Oh no, it's because of this." The death of her, that's why she's using. No, she's been using drugs this entire time too.
For years.
For years. Billy Joe has not sobered up, not one bit. She just quit being on her knees. That's all.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, I will let you go so somebody else can come in.
Thank you, Katie.
for taking
God bless
the time.
you. Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bless you too. Bye-bye.
Okay, Rick. Hold on.
Hey, how you doing?
There we go. There we go. It's going well, Rick. How are you, my friend? I haven't talked to you in a while. Hemlock, honey, I will get with you, but you're going to have to show me your face. I see your information behind the scene, but you're still going to have to show me your face, and then I'll bring you up. I know you, Rick. You don't have to show me your face. You're already up. So, so what do you think about all this? You've been following us you were following us for quite some time. You watched us. Thank you, honey. You've been watching us for some time, and now you see this entire shit show in Chatham County. What say you?
Honestly, with me being a recovering addict and knowing how people act on meth and stuff like that, I believe that they had an outbreak, you know, like a mental breakdown, and they did do something to this child, like, and they're ashamed of it now, but they don't know how to cope with it, so they're just leading everybody the way they are.
Right.
Because I watch and I see the facial feet, the movement of the faces. Her jaw won't stop. You know what I mean? She's like, like she could damn near chew a brick in half. Like,
yeah.
So,
and that's every encounter we see anymore. Literally every encounter.
Yeah, and I've seen that from like all the videos that I've seen so far. It's like, wow. Like, if you had any remorse at all and any decency as a human being, you would say something, do something, and let everybody know what happened. But the demon inside them, that's not them no more. That's a hollow shell of them. Yeah. They are not themselves anymore. That drug has done too far of a hold on them.
Yeah.
And you lose yourself. Really, you do.
Yeah. And I think Billy Joe was the same kind of mother that Leilani is. I really do. When she was younger and on all those drugs, I think she was because because something happened to those kids in that house. You just don't create the monsters that are produced by Billy Joe without having some major issues in that household. Like, you've got one child that's in jail for murder. You've got another child that's going to be in jail for something similar. And you yourself, I'm sorry, but she was the one that should have protected these children and failed to do so after going to court and telling the court she was going to. Yeah. And I think that why she's still out, because she perjured herself. She lied to the courts, and it cost a child his life, and she should be held accountable. But both of the people that are responsible are still sleeping in their own bed, still able to do their drugs and alcohol. That, to me, is sick.
That's a house of horror. That is that's a torture house. It's got it's horrible. I couldn't imagine. Like, I know when I was doing that stuff, it was, like, at first it gave me confidence. It gave me everything that I ever wanted. But then at the end, it took it all away, and I didn't realize it happened. And it's from my mom being on drugs, it was a thing that made me get on, but I broke that cycle, and that's what Leilani needs to do, is get her head out of her ass and realize she's done fucked up. Go ahead and accept your fate, swallow your pride, and do your time.
It sounds like they're hopeful that this child's not found. That's sad.
That's very sad. I mean, if my son was missing for 20 minutes, like past his bus getting home or something, I'm already fuming. I'm calling the school, like, hey, where's he at? Like, right. I couldn't imagine. And they're sleeping peacefully, going out drinking and doing this and that, partying. They're evil. They are pure evil. That is the devil.
Yeah. How do you feel about the day that they talk about going out to the landfill? You see Leilani and Billy Joe, so they're looking for their loved one. Billy Joe's grandson, 20-month-old grandson, and Leilani's 20-month-old son. They're going out there searching a landfill, and the day that they're issuing that they're starting the search in the landfill, you see these women at a bar partying as if they're celebrating. What do you think that's all about?
That's a celebration. That's exactly what it was. They got rid of the one thing that was holding them back from being able to do whatever they wanted to do.
Do you think there's been a lot of allegations that this child's not in the landfill, that they disposed of this child differently? Do you think maybe when they started saying they're going to the landfill, maybe the family's like, okay, we got them. They're finally looking where we want them to look, and we know they're never going to find him? Do you think it was that kind of celebration, or do you think it was a celebration of, we've only have a few more days left on this earth before we're handcuffed and taken to jail. Let's enjoy our time here type of party? What kind of party do you think it was?
In my opinion, I believe that they misled everybody to believe that he was in the dump, but I believe the boyfriend disappeared for a reason, and he's the one that disposed of him. He took off pretty quick.
Yeah. I personally thought that might have been because, he realized he was about to get sucked into shit. And it sounds like he's got decent parents that said, you need to come home. You need to get your ass out of that house and come home.
He was the dope boy. He was the one that was bringing the dope to him.
Who do you think's bringing the dope to him now?
I believe he's still got a hand in it. I believe he's still got people, feeding it to him. Because that's the reason she stuck with him, was because he was feeding her cravings. Mm-hmm. And I believe that all of this was a setup, so they can get the reward money, because they see other law enforcement not doing nothing in these other cases, like Kylie, and they just wanted, the pity party, and they didn't realize YouTube is a lot stronger than any other media source there is.
Yeah, we came out there and like I said, I was thinking that it was just going to be lighting up the Leilani and her mom, but then we find out that it's not just lighting them up. We found this whole underbelly of the police department out there, and trying to make heads or tails of that, and that was just insane. And the more we dug, the more aggressive the police department got toward us.
Yep, they know more than what they're leading on to.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're
Any
trying
final words, Rick?
Yeah, I just wanted to say bless you, and I appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank
You
you.
are the best channels there is. That I follow both of you.
Wow, thank you. God bless you.
And
And
Olivia,
don't forget, Marissa was out there,
Yeah.
MGL, a lot of people, I'm telling you, she's one of those that don't take a whole lot of crap, but she's got a great heart. And a lot of people, they misunderstand Marissa, but MGL was out there, Justice for All, another great, person that's out here trying to do the right thing here on YouTube in the true crime industry. We got Mallory, which is, basically a comedian, right? And but they were all there. Chronicles of Olivia. There was a lot of people, even a lot of other creators behind the scenes helping us out. So God bless you all. God bless the community that we've cultivated for the true crime. And thanks for the love and support.
well, see, Olivia, she's a beautiful soul. Like
Yeah.
she's a heaven sent, just like you are. You guys are you're playing your part as God's angels. You're doing what God's work, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, we put ourselves in unthinkable circumstances
Absolutely.
to do this. People don't realize, we put ourselves in danger. We could lose our life. We understand those risks, and we continue to do the work that we do.
Right. Like if I had the funding and the time and availability, I would love to do what you do.
We love you, Rick. We love you. And guys, Rick, he has his own channel too. You want to tell us a little bit about your channel?
It's still struggling right now because I kind of don't know where to balance everything out and everything. I was kind of hoping that Paper Cut Tina would come from Dolly's channel and do some notes for me because she's always got her notes. I love
Paper Cut, you need to go over there and help Ricky out, man. Yeah, right. And I still need to come on your channel as well. Everything's been going sideways. So we'll have to set that up one of these days, but make sure it's scheduled because I'm not good on last minute stuff because my schedule's crazy.
You let me know when you're available and we'll schedule it around that because you're doing something that's more important than anything I can do right now.
Yeah, but I love the support and love supporting great creators. So,
Yeah, I got my 2 months.
Ricky Beavers is behind stage as well. He's going to be coming up in just a little bit. And we're going to be talking about him, another great creator that's trying to do the right thing as well. So God bless you, Ricky. You take care and have an amazing day.
Also, I got my 2 month membership.
Awesome. Thank you. God bless you. It's people like you that allow us to do the things that we do. And we are, the collective voice for everybody on here.
Absolutely.
So God bless you, Ricky.
God bless you. You have a good day.
Bye-bye. All right, honey, I'm going to go ahead and bring you up. Just give me a second. I got to make sure that I get you up and then off. Okay, there you go, my love. Tell me a little bit about you and what you think about this entire case.
I believe that your intentions are right on what you're trying to do. However, I have worked in law enforcement in the past. I left law enforcement because of corruption, because I wouldn't agree to be corruption. Okay. Mm-hmm. I do know that the DA is the one that could probably be holding this up because they would be seeking more information. Mm-hmm. They could be building their case. They could be letting her stay out because they know the kind of behavior her and her mother has to see if they're going to commit further crimes and build a case. I don't know. I don't believe that they're not investigating it. I think that they're trying to protect their case. Mm-hmm. A lot of times,
law enforcement, what would prevent them? Like, we see this across the country where parents can't say, hey, where their children are. And law enforcement looks into stuff. They get affidavits. Next thing you know, they're arresting these people on child neglect charges, child endangerment. If they find abuse in their investigation, abuse charges. None of these things are happening in this one. Do you have an opinion on that?
I do. I do believe that this is definitely another Casey Anthony problem. And I think that they're trying to not allow that to happen again. Mm-hmm. I want to believe that, I should say.
Right.
Because I don't work there. I don't know them. I
don't know and you don't know what evidence they have. It's kind of like all of us. And a fair assessment of this. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't know what all they have.
Yeah, we don't know. And there could be a lot more. Okay. Mm-hmm. I do believe they should protect their case. I do believe that what you're doing is right. Awareness is good because the more you do get it out there, the more likely they are to get more evidence against them. So that's not bad. What I'm saying is I encourage you to do things a little bit more in the right way.
Yeah.
You could go to the FBI and let them investigate the police department there. I do live in Georgia, and I haven't followed this very much. I only saw this when I saw your channel.
Gotcha. Yeah.
What I believe that could have happened with the baby too, we had another case in Columbus, Georgia, not long ago, where a mother trafficked her child to another drug dealer for drugs. Very upsetting.
Yeah.
Summer Wells, I believe that probably could have been that too. I have followed that. That's one of the things that meth does. It totally takes away a person's conscience. They are willing to absolutely do anything and not care about it.
Yeah. And that's what's so dangerous with all these drugs, and it really upsets me that these people, I understand that there is drug addiction, but prior to drug addiction, they made a conscious effort to do the drug.
Oh, absolutely.
And I know that because that's my story. I made the conscious effort. I let a guy talk me into doing this stuff, and I thought it was okay. I'm like, okay, well, it's not as bad as I thought. People said this, that, and the other. And within 6 months, every time I went to go pay my Florida Power and Light bill, I was going to the dope man's house.
Yep.
The car drove itself.
I've seen that more times than one.
Power and Light company and straight to the drug dealer's house.
I have seen that more times than one. I do hope that the baby gets its justice. He was a sweet and beautiful baby.
Yeah.
I think it's a tragedy that they're allowing the entire family. Maybe they're making their own drugs. Who knows?
We did find some questionable items out in the woods that we did check, and some of them were metal funnels out there in the woods. And a deer was next to it and everything. Or like, well, this could be one of two things. It could be a makeshift meth cooking spot, or this was once upon a time a moonshine spot, because those funnels are used in both.
Exactly. I encourage you to do the awareness and all of that, but I do want you to just take into account that what could be going on behind the scenes is that they're trying to build their case. Is all.
Yeah, I just want this lady off the streets. I think it's just seeing that baby covered in bruises just it pisses me off. It makes me want to slap somebody. Like I want somebody to feel what this poor child felt, and I want it to be the person that inflicted this pain upon this child.
Right, I do, but I do just keep up the good work and just keep in mind.
And I appreciate your and we are going back and we are going to take a much more professional approach to this, because at the end of the day, I see what the law enforcement is capable of, and it scares the shit out of me. And I want to make sure that I dot my I's and cross my T's when I come back into that town.
Believe me, nobody knows more than me, because when I left law enforcement, I became blacklisted. So that's always fun.
I've been blacklisted more times than anybody can imagine. They tried to cancel me on YouTube. Now, if you can't cancel somebody on YouTube, you got some damn thick skin.
Yes. Well, everybody, I hope you have a good day, and thank you.
God bless you.
And
thank you for your service, by the way. I know you're out and everything, but you still put your life in jeopardy. I've got a great friend here in Manatee County that was a deputy, and she put herself in front of a car to save another officer, and she almost lost her life. Thank God she's still here, and God bless her, and she knows who I'm talking about. But I know what you guys, especially women, what you guys put yourself through to be in that position. So God bless you, and thank you for your service.
You know what? I'm glad that you said that, because you're exactly right. And I am involved in an investigation that is bringing down the corruption. Corruption is a terrible thing. If you got the higher up that's bad, the rest of them will be bad as well.
Yeah.
So you got to get to the root of the issue.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, honey. God bless you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. My friend, Ricky Beaver. Yeah, I hear you got a new album out.
Well, it's coming. We're going to release the Veteran on the 11th. But Betty, I ain't called to talk about that. I want to talk about. Here's what I wonder on Danny. He did run away so quick. How come they didn't seize this car and check his car? I don't know if they did or not, because I never did hear if they really did. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I heard, he passed a lie detector test, which I don't even know about that. I didn't hear that either.
There's no way to confirm that unless law enforcement comes out and tells us. There's no way to confirm that they even submitted to a lie detector test, let alone passed it or failed it. I mean, unless it comes out of their mouth, we don't know, and there's no way to vet it. So anything related to lie detector test, pass, fail, is it can't be in the equation of this stuff because we can't vet the information.
Right. Wonder why they didn't take his car and do investigation on his car, see if they could find blood or anything like that.
Well, it sounds like they did. We've got to remember he was there for 4 days, so they would have done the major part of their investigation. I would think that at that time, because they did take Leilani's car in and impound that car. They did take that car. So I'd have to think that car must have had some form of evidence or evidentiary value or hit on it for them to take that car and impound it. But why didn't they impound other cars? Maybe because they didn't get the hits. There was only one car that got the hit, and it was Leilani's, and she was in possession of that car. Right. That's an assumption. It's a hypothesis. But that is what I would think. Now, is that correct? No, they may have just not taken his car. Desi,
right. Have they checked the land? Are they done checking in the landfill for that baby? Or are they still doing it?
No, they're still doing it. I think the way that my understanding is they're doing 18-hour shifts daily. And they're working Monday through Friday and taking the weekends off to give themselves a break in coordination with the normal schedule of the landfill. So it sounds like they're working with the landfill to work there the hours that the landfill is open.
Right. I don't think they're going to find him. I'm sorry, but that's what I feel. Who knows? I just feel in my heart they're not.
Yeah. And I believe that a lot of people have expressed that, and I think that they're going to find something, but I think it's going to be very minimal. I think if they do find any pieces of him, it's going to be fragments. From what my understanding is, I wish they would have isolated that pile on the 6th when they knew that it was a possibility of him being in the landfill.
Been a lot better chance, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And Betty, I appreciate what y'all doing there, and God bless you. And I am a prayer warrior. I pray a lot, meditate a lot, and I'm glad that that bond lady came and, in other words, didn't cost the $20 to get Dolly out.
Yeah,
that's a great thing. And hey,
lots
God's with you, and you keep doing what you're doing, and because the voices need to be heard. But I do want to remind you this: the government breaks their own law. They set their own laws, and I hate to say that, and President Trump proved that they just do whatever they want to, and it's sad. And we just gotta have faith, keep trusting God, and pray, and remember He's still in charge at the end.
Yeah. He's the one that gives me my strength. People are like, I do some controversial things, but it's all in love. And, even I've gotten hot under the collar and said a lot of words that I don't normally say. You know what? When those lies went off, I had to pray.
Right. I understand.
Because I realized I went a little too far here, or I said something that I would never normally say. It got me, it triggered me. The haters did get what they wanted in some respect. But I'm glad I was able to keep it together. I didn't lose my shit. And excuse me, even that, me saying shit down here is not.
I understand.
So I've had a lot of prayers, but you are here and we love you. We love everything that you do. Why don't you say a prayer for us? Say a prayer for me.
I'd be glad to.
Say a prayer for our chat.
Betty, I tell you what, you got a lot of guts, and God bless you for your strength. And I pray that God stands beside y'all and help y'all, and keep doing what you're doing. I know they say they're saying y'all don't know enough evidence to do what you're doing, but somebody's got to speak up. You can't just ignore what these people are doing when they're doing drugs and doing what they do. People can change lives if you want to. It's your choice in your own life. You got to do. I'm a living proof. Mm-hmm. And I'll just leave it at that, and my life has changed a lot. And if I had it all do over, I would have done things a lot of difference. You know, a lot different.
I keep thinking about that, Ricky. I keep thinking about that. And it's like, we all have regrets in our life, but I keep going back to that one statement. If I had a chance to do it all over again, would I do it different? And a piece of me says, yes, I would definitely do things different now that I have these experiences. But in changing that, I wouldn't be who I am today, and I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today had I made those changes way back then.
Right. And I'm like you. I just want, I think, you said there was a poster where he had bruises all over the child. Yeah, she needs to be in jail. I mean, it's just, and everybody's talking about that she has had bipolar, mental. Well, if she's got bipolar and being mental in the circumstances they're saying she is, then why is she doing with them kids? Why would she even be with them kids anyway? I mean, come on. It don't take a rocket scientist, okay? I want the best for all these little children. That's the reason God laid in my heart to do what I want to try, what I'm working on doing now. Anyway, let's say a prayer because I got to get Chevelle up ready to go.
All right, I'm ready. Everybody that would like to participate in this prayer, you guys may. If you choose not to, you can take a moment of silence, step away from your computer, get yourself a cup of coffee, do whatever you wish. Ricky, the floor is yours, my love.
Okay. Father God, I come to you in the name of Jesus. I come to you as a humble man, and I come before you, Lord, as the man blessed by voice, not by sight. And I come to you, Lord, because I have a strong relationship with you deep within. And God, you live within us all, and you're not going to force nothing on us. You're just going to let us make our own choices.
Well, God has a way of saying things, and I think, Ricky, you just dropped. You just dropped.
And
there you are.
Okay, Lord, and I pray that you will stand beside Betty and them, keep her strong. This woman has a lot of guts, and I appreciate her. She's a go-getter, and I love that about her. And when she gets something on her mind, she's not a quitter. And Lord, you help make her not be a quitter. Because if you quit, then you lose already. But if you keep striving and to do the right thing, and then something good would come out. And I pray you be with each and everyone in the chat, Father God, in the name of Jesus, and help them, Lord, with their lives and things that they're going through. They need help, struggles that they need help through. And I pray that you help us all. And Lord, we just put all of our trust in you in the name of Jesus. Take hold of our country, Father God. Things that we do need to change. And I pray you help us make that change. And Lord, I pray that you let no man or nothing stand in our way of doing the right thing in life as we all need to do. And I pray that justice is served for this child and other children, missing children. And I just ask this in the name of Jesus. Amen and amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. And thank you, Betty. And God bless you. And you can give me a call a little bit later on and we'll discuss the other.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. Yes. God bless you, Ricky, and all that you do. For those that don't know who Ricky Beavers is, he has his own channel. He's trying to do something very special. He's trying to build a ranch for unwanted children. I want to say unwanted children, but they're all wanted. They just have, home issues and displacement issues. And he wants to give them a beautiful place where they can learn about taking care of animals, learning life skills such as planting and gardening, and just a lot of love that will help these children. We need more people like Ricky Beavers out there. How is he doing this ranch? How is he raising money for this ranch? He's raising money by selling his DVDs, his shirts, and things of that nature. He's very, very talented. He just had a song, and the song is the veteran song. What is the name of that?
It's the veteran, and we're going to release it on November the 1st. November the 11th.
Tomorrow.
And then tomorrow. And of course, Betty, I know you've been tied up. We talked about getting everybody together and trying to do that. We can set a later date for that, and then everybody can come. And then I want to have Ernie here and Christina, another person I'm working with. I'm with 1rpm.com.
1rpm.com.
Yeah, that's who I'm with. Trace Atkins is dealing with them, and I don't know what way, but I haven't found out everything about that. But they're in 30 different countries. And so we just joined up with them, and I'm really excited about that. And I'm just being patient, waiting on God, because God said good things come to those who wait. And I've been striving for this music for a long time, and I'm going to use my voice and making a difference. And Betty, I want to tell you again before I go, I just got back from the studio. I put my voice on the song "Make America Great Again." As soon as we get done with that, getting it mixed down, I'm going to get that to you, and we'll just let God move, okay? And I thank you so much for what you do. God bless you, and I love you, Betty. And I want God to put His hedges around you. And man, you are a brave, brave woman, and I honor you for that. But I pray that God will send His angels and keep you safe, and with everything that you do, okay? And He will.
Yes. God bless you, Ricky.
Okay, thank
our
y'all.
Angels like you, our prayer angel, our prayer circles. And I know you've said a lot of prayers while I've been on this road. So I just want to say thank you for all your love and support, and God bless you.
It's neat how fast God worked, because I prayed that God would take care of getting Dolly out, and where y'all didn't have to spend no money, and that's how fast He worked. And prayers is powerful, people. So, yeah. And always ask in Jesus' name, and He hears you. Yes. I promise you that. Okay, Betty, thank you.
God bless you. God bless you.
Okay, bye-bye.
And so the last person I'm bringing up is Elsie, Justice for the Voiceless. I believe I said that right. I can only see Elsie, Justice for. She can tell. Sorry. Hey, Elsie, how are you doing? For victims. I saw the VI, and that's all it did behind the scenes. So there we go. Elsie, Justice for Victims, is in the house. I met her in Rogersville, Tennessee, at the Summer Wells candlelight vigil. Just a lovely person that you've been trying to work on exposing a lot of these children that are missing, and just the victims.
Yes, MOC crew is my team, and highly respected teamwork. But also I want to say that all you trolls out there that's been listening to the background scenes, you need to stop. Betty Bullhorn has worked on her feet at the Summer Wells. She did the Gabby Petito. She did this for Quinton. It's not about the money. It's not about the donations. It's about a 20-month-old baby who was deceased and disgraced by its mother and grandmother.
Exactly.
And you all ask me where my videos are. I played it safe. And if anybody wants to see my videos at the end of the year, I will bring every bit of my footage back up. Justice for All has a video of me at Summer Wells. Yeah. The Creep Hunt channel, I think, has got me on the videos. Betty Bullhorn's seen how I worked at that visual. Yeah. I didn't do nothing about a live stream to get views and clicks and any interpretation. And I'm not here to get no subs from this channel. So I'm going to let you know, I'm not been paid by Betty Bullhorn or anybody. I'm a non-monetized channel. So I don't even ask for donations. And I can't even get up to 500 because everybody keeps bouncing around because I like this one, I don't like that one. Look, you like who you like, you be comfortable where you belong, and if you don't belong there, then leave the fucking channel.
So right from the mouth of babes.
And I don't sit here and try to be one thing and another. I'm real, and I just want Betty to know that I've been behind the scenes helping Betty too. You got a problem with that?
Yeah,
God got a problem with that? Don't go to Betty and tell her how you feel about it. Come to me. Come confront the creator who's doing wrong.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Betty's not doing wrong. Molly's not doing wrong. Justice is not doing wrong. Olivia's not doing wrong. Dolly's not doing wrong. Ryan Upchurch, y'all bickered all over Ryan Upchurch for getting involved with true crime community. And I'm not here for clicks and views. So anybody can sub to my channel because they want to be there. But I'm not going to sit here and play, flabbergast. Hey, I like LC today, and tomorrow you're going to unsubscribe. Well, unsubscribe now, because I'm not changing my ways to suit any deck of cards.
Yeah. It's about the cases and wherever they fall. And you know what? At the end of the day, when it comes to these victims, I'll work with anybody that's doing the right thing.
If you think I'm rude and intimidated now, believe me, I wanted to come down to Savannah, Georgia. But I don't have a license.
People did, especially after that chief started, wielding the threats and I don't even know, the intimidation started.
Anyways, I wanted to come down to Savannah, Georgia myself, but I don't have a license to travel. Now, everybody don't have a way to get there in the scene, on the scene, behind the scenes. But let's look at the facts here. There is 5 keys that I've been telling my team. You look at the news, you look at the 911 call, you look at the family's background, you look at the storyline, and you fit the narrative by the maps. And then at the end, you get the conclusion. And right now, a dead baby of Quinton Simon is sitting in a landfill while y'all are dramatizing the channels that literally has went out there on the ground.
And God,
that literally gave you live footage.
And we came back with a lot of information people didn't have. Before we went down there, nobody knew of this history of abuse. Nobody knew why she targeted this child. Nobody knew that. And we went out there, and literally within 24, 48 hours, we had a good understanding of what really transpired with those people at that house, what kind of people they were, the fact that that was a party house. We exposed everything. And it wasn't from the hate channels that did that. It was from us. And then guess what? They decided to pat us on the back by promoting us and constantly leaving us in their mouth, that everybody actually flooded to us to get the information.
And let's remember, y'all want to back up the scenes of how Betty got there before everybody else. No, Betty wasn't the only one there. Mary Maddox on a Facebook group, Missing Quinton Simon on Savannah, Georgia, was doing a live broadcast of her own tuition in her own group. She's the first starter of protesting. And then the rest of the community of Savannah came around Mary. And then when Betty came down on the 12th, the YouTube community came in. Yeah. So let's get the facts straight here, y'all. Yeah. If y'all want to sit here and follow channels, follow them for the true things. And what this is, and I'm not promoting Betty, and Betty ain't promoting me. I'm behind the scenes, a very quiet individual in her group. I'm a very quiet individual when she needs something out. And I'm the one. So if y'all was asking where the lift idea came from, I'm the one who texted her and gave her the lift information. And she announced me.
Yeah.
So where y'all are focused on all this drama and all this trolling and all these fixed channels, the more you give them the view, the more their rhythm goes up. The more you donate as members or non-members or agitate with them, you're giving them the heckler point of view of being an asshole to you. And the ones that actually are ground on the foot, like Betty, Olivia, Justice for All, Molly, Dolly, they're actually flying planes, driving their cars, and literally staying in hotels, buying the gas, listening to behind-the-scene creators, and doing what's best for their cases that they get inserted or outserted. And you need to remember that. Once you insert yourself, you go for the long haul. You battle for the victims, not the creators.
Yeah. And that's what they turned this into. They wanted to turn it in because the only way that they can pull back some of the support is turning it to an us versus them type of thing versus it being about Quinton. The hate channels, not one person has brought, and I say this all the time, when have they ever bought a missing person flyer or even posted it in an area of a missing person child? Never.
All these troll channels want is dilemma to demo their channels and get subs and views and clicks. Where is your hard work of paper print trail? As the old saying, a trail of paperwork. No more computers, no more devices. Where's your trail of work?
Yeah, and I want to know when these other creators have spent $3,000 or more to cover a case, because that
I wasn't gonna get personal in this, but I'm gonna get personal right here, right now. Y'all think I'm demanding, bossy, rude, disrespectful? Betty's met me in person. I'm a nice person when I want to be, and I can fuck you up in one way and another. And then literally, I respected Betty the whole time through her own event. I came to her when she was busy. and told her what was going on. I did prayer circles at that event.
Yeah.
I literally called Betty on every scene to sit here and be involved. And you know what? She had to do the event, and then she had to follow what she was going to do for the summer wells, not the creator, which I'm a creator. And that's what this is. But I'm going to give you another personal life story about me that I really don't get personal about myself. I'm a mother. I'm also a grandmother. My daughter was 16 when I found out she was pregnant. She come to me and told me, Mom, you're not going to like this. You're not going to want this. And I said, what do you mean? You pregnant already? Yes, Mom, I am. I have a beautiful grandson, and Betty's seen my grandson. She's seen my daughter. We're in the same hotel. And I want to tell you right now, this shit about Dolly and Betty, y'all need to stop with this. Because we was next door to each other in that hotel, and me and my daughter and my son-in-law heard the conversation through the walls. There was nothing going on with Betty and Dolly. A cordial friendship and personal level. Yeah. And I'm not here to take up for Betty or Dolly. I'm here to tell you, y'all need to stop with this drama of, you know, who's who. If Betty has a relationship with Dolly, that is her business and her choice. And if Dolly wants to come out with it, that's his choice. But for you to sit here and assumption things that's going on when you're not there is wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Way wrong. And not only that, but I work with multiple creators. It's not the first time. I mean, I've been out, and it's not just men, it's women, everybody. When it comes to these cases, we will strategize, we will work our ass off. And, you know, it's one of those things. It's tough work. It's work. It's not a vacation. It's work. I don't see anybody swimming out in the hot sun.
I'm going to throw this up here. Y'all want to throw these women that was domestic violence and abuse? Okay, if you was domestic violence and abuse, you have a channel. Why don't you tell your story there instead of everybody else's channel?
Yeah.
Now, granted, yes, some of these YouTube channels wants to reach out to a interview behind the scenes and bring it out here. But where they work with the creators, they have to justify how they're going to talk on their channels as well. And me, I've been disrespectful all the way through this channel, and I've still not been booted, kicked, or removed because I have a right of freedom of speech to speak my opinion too.
Yeah.
It's my citizen's right. It's my friendship to Betty, Dolly, and the rest of them, which I ain't met except for Justin for all the rest of them yet. But the point is, y'all need to stop. Now, if you had stuff from my channel after this, fine. See you. Bye, Felicia. Because look, you're not going to stop me from having a channel. You're not going to stop me from producing the truth. But I'm going to say this: the ones that's walking away from the truth, you're a coward.
Yeah.
And
this case has turned into something a lot bigger, you know, and for me anyways, because this was not a political crusade. This was a missing child. And now it's becoming almost a political crusade because how dare you, if you're taking away my rights and you see the thousands of people that view my channel, you see, you know who I am. I mean, it's like they knew who I was when I came into town. That was all the news organizations. They knew I was coming. So if you know who I am, how are you going to sit there and violate my rights knowing that we have this huge platform and you did it live in front of thousands of people? That's just, to me, is insane.
Yeah, and I'm going to give a shout out to the ones that was arrested. Wanda Boatwright and John Boatwright, William Garrett, and what was the other girl's name?
There was Kimberly Thayer.
Yeah, Kimberly.
There was also a fifth and a sixth, and the fifth was the boy that was arrested inappropriately. The crime that he was arrested for he did not do. He did not block traffic. He did not enter a roadway in an unsafe manner. So that was what he was being charged with. And then there was Dolly, which was charged with striking a woman, simple assault, which he did not do. He pulled a bullhorn out of her hand, and disorderly conduct, again, which he did not do. Does not rise to the crime in which, I mean, even when you read it, he didn't do it. So they literally made up charges for at least two of these people. For Wanda Boatwright, William, and John, they were they had an incident, an altercation that happened right in front of law enforcement that law enforcement omitted from their affidavit that they were attesting under oath. So, I mean, they've got a lot of stuff going on here that was exposed, and it's at their detriment.
And I'm going to say this to the SAs that's out there. Don't get me wrong. If you've been abused and you've been immolated, you've been raped or done things too, come forward and speak the truth. But don't go because after you hear a YouTube creator pronounce bad things. You need to hear the horse's mouth from the mouth of the horse. And like I do with Betty, constantly I've text her, I've talked to her, and I'm not saying that I get a hold of her every time. No, I don't get a hold of her every time.
You talk to me more than my mama. That is a true statement, and you don't even talk to me that much
and stuff. But I'm not going against that. I mean, you got to be strong in your own feet and your own journey of shoes. Don't get me wrong. But if you're going to come out after the effects to brain trauma to a channel because you don't like their sayings, their doings, their things, then you're literally doing the monster role too. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just so everybody knows, like I said, I'm not been paid to come up on this channel. I'm a non-monetized channel. I would care less if my channel went down tomorrow. I would bring right back up. And I have. I promoted a new channel that's called Twisted Crime. And me and Scott Crime is going to be going live about a little boy named John Paul Parton and Amanda Jones that she missed her own live for. And she's a member for Debbie, I mean, here and stuff. She joined the membership because she believes in the cause of humanity.
Yeah.
That's why she joined the membership, because she believes the cause of humanity.
Yeah.
Me, I don't join any membership. I don't email anybody. If you want to get hold of me, I've got a phone number on my about section, and you can contact me and we'll talk. And then if I don't feel like your story is needed covered enough, I'm going to ruffle the feathers of everybody in it. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm ruffling all the feathers of these trolls. Because listen, you sit here, call me a troll. Yeah, I've been trolling. I stay up all hours of the night watching all y'all's channels. And I don't even watch it off of my own channel. I watch it off of another troll account. Mm-hmm. And I still see the mockery you're doing to people that's good. Mm-hmm. If you can't handle the truth, then you need to be Mary Poppins and get another spoon of sugar. Mm-hmm. You need to fly a kite. And if Betty don't like what I'm saying, she could have kicked me a long damn time ago.
Yeah, that's true. But I give platforms to everybody, and everything you've said has been above board and truthful. So again, I appreciate your love and support. It was nice meeting you. I know you personally, so it's like one of those things.
And she's got the poster in the back of her office right there where I signed up. If y'all really want to know how real Betty is, to know that she met me in person, she's got the poster. See, this is things y'all need to key in. When creators has got the truth, they got it in their hands. She's got the poster with my signature, LC Justice for Victims, on there. That I attended that event.
Yep.
And I made a way to get there. And if you wanted to be a part of something, you make a way. And the only reason I didn't go to Savannah, Georgia, is because I don't have a way.
Right.
But I did resource the account. And I'm the one she told to stop calling in that last live or two ago, that she can't answer her calls. Yeah. She called me out.
Elsie was calling me, and I couldn't. There's just no way. And
so every time I me on YouTube, Julie A. Bradford. Mm-hmm. Julie A. Bradford on Facebook, if you want to contact me there as well. I've started my community way before I came to any channels. Mm-hmm. September the 27th, 2020, before Summer Wells.
Yeah. Well, God bless you, Elsie. Keep up the good
I'm going to get off of here and let Betty have her channel back and let her have her coffee club back. But like I said, remember, the good guys are here. You're just not watching the good guys, and you're not wanting to hear the truth because you want to follow all this BS drama. The more you follow the drama, the farther you're going to flounder. And I've floundered quite a ways, but I'm not stopping with my voice. So she's got my channel link in her messenger. If she wants to drop it and show everybody where I'm at, We're going to be doing a live tonight on Sky Crime at 7 to 8 o'clock. It's 2 different time zones for Sky Crime. And if you want to join us there, come with the truth. Come with your support.
Elsie, keep talking because I'm going to use the little girls' room.
Okay.
So keep talking to my audience until I get back.
Okay. Yes, and so that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of victims out here that you could be covering. You don't have to cover one case just to, follow a dialogue of a YouTube channel. You can cover multiple cases, and that's what I do on my channel. The reason I took my videos down, and I will explain that while I'm giving her a break, and she gave me this platform to say something, is because I don't want to be debunked. I don't want to be treated like a troll. I don't want to be treated like somebody that don't know what she's doing. I come with just the spotlight of the victims. And the victims is what counts. And Betty Borehorn's mom, thank you for saying hello to me every time I've came in this chat. Thank you for the Betty Borehorn fan mother who said hello, LC. Now, a lot of you can't say hello because a lot of you is blocked.
Yeah.
But if you want to comment and say, hey, I see the work you're doing.
Yeah.
This past Halloween while she was doing her live, Betty was doing her live and doing all this other streaming. I was doing a live for the disabled kids who don't get out for Halloween.
Yeah.
And I sent her the link. I sent an intro video about what I've seen decorating into the sea. I'm not anywhere in Florida. I'm not in Georgia. I'm not anywhere. But if I am close to the scene, I'll come.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I was doing on Halloween, is producing a fun individual video, which got took down in Betty's group. I don't know why, but anyways, I'm gonna really hope that Betty.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't manage my group. I've never. I mean, the group is managed, even just like the chat. I literally have no part into the chat and who gets blocked, who gets deleted. Nothing. They have.
No. I'm not blaming nobody. I just want you to put it back because it was about the disabled. It was not about me.
Gotcha.
As a creator, and hopefully that she'll
still be there. It might just need to be
because that's the only video I've done besides Oakley Carson.
Yeah, that was.
I've been helping another creator promote her channel so she could grow.
Yeah,
and that's what I've been doing. I'm in Missouri State. That's where I've been working at, is Missouri State cases.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where
Missouri, it's kind of crazy. Well, I don't want to get into too long of a tangent, but. I appreciate you being on here. Thank you so much for your love, your support, and everything she's saying is true. I mean, even with that, she's tried to get me information, but when I'm on live, there's nothing I can do. I mean, I'm sure you probably have some of the same things. When you're on your phone, it's hard to even read. And now I'm going from a larger phone, this one, to this one. I mean, it's like I'm even getting smaller. I'm getting smaller and not bigger. I'm probably going to end up having to get like a tablet when I'm out in the field, because
get a tablet. Make sure you turn your location off on your tablets because they can be GPS. Then another thing about this Photoshop thing, and then I'm gonna get off of here. Y'all think Betty is photoshopping her pictures? No, these images come from the family or from mixed families, and behind the scenes. The only way you can Photoshop, and I'm going to tell you this as a rule, you sit here and you post your vacations, you post your children, and you're not beside you, all you got to do is crop their head off, put them on a porno show, and there you go. You're trafficking.
Yeah.
Signs and symbols, y'all. And then you got these other families that posts their children for the right reason and stuff. And then you've got these dickheads. I'm sorry, I'm just going to call it what it is. Dickheads that cannot see that little boy has been abused. Literally. Somebody was
abused multiple times. Right here on this one photo that I'm showing is 2 separate incidences with this child. Because you got the yellowing of the face here. That means that was an older bruise that was on him, probably maybe a few days old, a few days to a week old. The one up here on his face right here, that's yellow. That means that was an older bruise. It's already almost healed. These down here are new bruises. So explain to me how this child, and you can't even see it because the circle goes on. He has a bruise here, and newer bruises here and here, and they think that that's Photoshop. But they can go pull the original off themselves.
Yeah, and that's what y'all need to realize. Photoshopping is easy to do and create, but if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, then you're expanding the signs and symbols of trademarks.
Right.
And another thing, back in my time, and I'm born in the 80s, y'all, and the 90s. I'll just tell you straight up. I'm not gonna hide it, deny it, or lie. If you want to look me up, look me up. Go ahead. A lot of you can't find me anyways. But back in the 80s and the 90s, it was the old go back in the barn and grab a switch. There was the grandmother who literally said, go grab me the biggest switch, and you would come with the smallest switch and say, you can't whoop me with that. And it sting your legs. There's wet marks from a switch. There's wet marks if you get whooped by a belt. But there is not bruising, a purple yellowing defects after a standard whooping.
It's red, and then it goes away in an hour. Even
if you take a diaper down and pop them on the booty, your handprint will be there for a second, and then it disappeared. That is not the standard of discipline over whooping a child the wrong way. The wrong way is literally fighting. If I went up to Betty and I punched her in the face, and I know you trolls is going to take this and clip it, so go ahead. If I punch her in the face and I leave her a black eye, that's abuse, as well as assault.
Yeah.
And this little kid that she's showing about the black eyes, I don't know if she's got the photo or not, but if she
I've got it, I just haven't blown it up yet, so that's why I haven't come forward with it yet. But I have it.
The black eyes. Now you think back in your time as a parent. Have you ever walked up to your child and just walked them in the eye? No, you haven't. Children fall on dangerous items in your own home. Your home is dangerous alone without physical contact. Yeah. Why do you think that it says in the rules of CPS and DCS that they look for those favors? Because you have a coffee table that's glass. That's dangerous. You have a chair with a corner. That's dangerous. You have items that is reachable areas. Why do you think they put cabinets with latches nowadays? Doors with latches, dressers with latches. If you really want to help these children, and I'm speaking for the children, not Betty, nobody else. I'm speaking for these children. If you want to help these children be in a safe environment, I would suggest you go to Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, anywhere, and I'm not sponsoring them for Betty's channel. That's my purpose of freedom of speech. And get this stuff organized in your home for your safety of your children.
Yeah. The clip channels are going to get me blowing my nose after I sneeze, too. I don't really care. Because I got to breathe.
Blow away, because you got to clean out that boogery and the mess from all this.
I'm just joking.
I'm smoking on her channel. Y'all got a problem with me smoking on the channel? I'm smoking a damn cigarette. She smokes a vape. You got a damn problem with that? Now, back to the physics, last key of my story that she gave me the channel that I kind of drifted off with my emotions. And that's right. I'm a mother. I have emotional state. I raised my child as a mother and a father. Mm-hmm. Because the father didn't work and he lived in a family who was lazy, lived under the rules of, oh, we could get away with everything. Well, they pretty much let him get away with everything. Mm-hmm. And I lost my daughter in the matter of speaking because a CPS worker wanted to come for a lice issue and basically tell me I'm an unfitting mother. But guess what? My child is fixing to produce a channel. She's 18 now and fixing to put a channel out there. And when she does, I'm going to be right there on Rice watching who comes in and comes out of her channel. And you better not disrespect my daughter. But I'm going to tell you, I got taken from my own child. That's where I come from in these cases. I got taken from my own child, being a working mother, being able to be independent, to continue to raise myself in my own roof. See, I'm on my own roof. I'm not in nobody else's roof. I live alone. Yeah. And I was there for my child every single day.
With your mama. and she pays
I
all
was
your
there
bills.
for my child every single day, raising my child, behind the scenes, everything I covered. And guess what? She's got a level of a 9.2 G level high school diploma that we are so proud of, because her mother didn't let her quit school like her father was going to do.
Yeah.
Turned around and put her in homeschooling.
Do whatever it
So
takes.
y'all want to stay here and vice versa creators? Here you go. There's the vice versa on me. That's why I came to spotlight these children, because I'm a mother and a father to a child who was corrupted by the system here in Hawkins County, corrupted in Marshtown, Tennessee, and literally didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So I don't give a shit. Speaking of these children the right way, but on the other hand, I'm not going to sit here and ruffle nobody's feathers unless they want them to be ruffled.
Mm-hmm.
And so with Betty's channel, if you want to sub up, sub up. I've got a community tab line. Thanks to Betty. Thanks from a lot of creators that I appreciate. And I've got some things up on my community tab. Yes, you're not going to see my lives, but 3 days. And once the 3 days mark, it comes down, because I'm not going to lose my channel for the wrong reasons, but I'm not going to have debunking this drama and trolling to hurt me. I'm spotlighting for the children and adults that's missing, the runaways, the convictions behind the corruption. I am literally being true crime, but my channel ain't about true crime community. It's mystery of the case, a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
That's what we represent, MOC crew. And Betty is more than welcome to join our group. And all the others can join our group on Facebook and be a part of the community. I know she's busy all the time, but she don't have to talk. That's the point. We don't make you talk in our groups. We let you be you.
Right. Right.
And if she wants to jump in that group, I'll send her the link, and she could come in and she could speak about every bit of her cases and clear the minds of my MOC crew team members and a lot of others. But I'm here to represent MOC. She's here to represent the conflict crew and true crime community. We're two different factors. We may not disagree, or we may agree. But right now, we're on the same damn page.
Yeah. And that's it. And you know, and I think that's a testament to every creator out there. You know, we agree on some cases we don't. But it doesn't mean we got to be nasty to each other. It doesn't mean that we got to try to cause bodily harm to one another. It just means we disagree on this particular matter in this particular case.
I would love to be a mod for Betty's channel, but I know that I won't get that opportunity because I'm not always on her channel every night and every day. Mm-hmm. But if she would love to give me the monetization, I'll drop you the links of my live streams. I'll drop you the links of whatever channel she as the host wants dropped. Absolutely. Because there's a lot of people here sitting here not dropping channels for the good because they want to dislike and disagree. If she gives me that opportunity, I will respect this woman's wishes of how she wants it done, but I also will be dropping my own channel as well, and other creators that follow the truth, the facts, the corruption, the bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
But we will do the story, the truth.
Absolutely. All right, Elsie,
I'm gonna get off here because my neckline is showing y'all, and I'm heated. But I'm also grateful to get up here and speak my mind. Just like I do in any channel, any panel that I've been in, I've spoke my mind, and y'all still come back to my channel trying to figure out what's going on. What's going on is my videos don't stay up very long. If you want to be there, come to my lives. If you want to be there, watch my video footage and comment. That's it. Or call me on the sidelines and we'll talk.
Right, right.
So
well, God bless you. Take care, Elsie. Let me get back. We're already over 2 hours, so I'm going to be piping down here shortly.
All right, peace out.
Love you.
Drop my channel mods. I'm gonna come back in the chat and say hello one more time. That way you can kind of get an idea of where I'm at in my channel and where my little mystery man is. And that way y'all come to Facebook if you've got Facebook. Like I said, I'm not making nobody join where they don't want to be comfortable. But if you're comfortable hearing the truth, that's where you're gonna get it.
Thank you, Elsie. Take care. God bless. So I just wanted to go over some super chats and super stickers that came in. So thank you, Brenda. We love you. I did put this up there, but I didn't get to post it and say thank you for that. Thank you. God bless you. I agree. You know, F the haters. We got some new members to the coffee club. So thank you to all the new members. Some super stickers. Thank you, Tracy. God bless you. Thank you. It's cute. And there were some questions, so I want to go over those too. And it was, so the Court TV interview with the BFF was sick. This is what bothered me. She was considered a family friend. No, she's not. She's another YouTuber that has never known this family prior to this and didn't even know the basic facts of this case. Didn't even know the basic facts of this case. Dolly, when he went on Court TV, he was very professional. He was very to the point. He was very concise. He had his information together, and appeared to be professional and knowledgeable. This particular creator did not. She looked like she had no clue what she was talking about. She was making up stuff as she went, and definitely not a family friend. She is just a house to drive the narrative of the family in which she is contributing to that narrative. And again, I state that it's obstruction of justice, and think it's a criminal offense of what she's doing. Just me personally. But yes, I did see it. I saw the sign. I thought it was disgusting. Not one mention. Everything that we had was branded to Quinton Simon, Justice for Quinton. Everything we had was a direct result of incorporating his voice into everything. Hers was just promotion and propaganda for herself. It was disgusting. It was a sick display of protecting and helping after the fact, being an accessory after the fact in this case. And I think it's wholly disgusting. Thank you, Stacy. God bless you for that. And again, just having some nice comments, seeing this stuff. I mean, I'm happy that you guys, are supporting the channel monetarily with the super chats and everything. But I do read the nice statements you guys are putting in this chat. And I just want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for that. We also heard from another creator, one that likes to steal copyrighted material, that he was tracking us. I will not give him a plug in this channel. I want nothing to do with the drama. I want nothing to do with the jerks on YouTube. They don't deserve my time or the plug. I won't do it. I don't watch them. I don't care to watch them. I don't need their content to survive. I create my own content. They need me to survive, because without me, they wouldn't have anybody to bash over the head, harass, cyber stalk, and a number of other criminal charges that they do. But this one particular creator went on saying that he was tracking us. No, he wasn't. He couldn't produce one thing to prove that he was tracking us because he was lying. He can't even track his mother on a tracking app from his phone. So this Yahoo that wants relevance is not going to get relevance because he's a douchebag, and absolutely is just trash. He's come on here. He's blocked from here. Any words related to him are blocked from this channel. I want nothing to do with you, dude. I think you're a despicable human being, and you deserve everything that's coming for you. Everything that's lawful. You deserve it all. But no, we were not tracked. He did not track us. He doesn't know how to do that. He is not a master sleuth or any stretch of the imagination. Doesn't know whether to wind his ass or scratch his watch. Doesn't know. Piece of shit. Garbage. And unsuccessful at it. Like, not even very successful. Tamara or Tamara, whichever you go by, welcome to the coffee club. And thank you for being a monthly support member. So here's from L. Bailey. And this is, I already posted this up, but I did want to give it the attention it deserved. And it said, did you hear the clip of BJ hysterical cry? It's true. In response to a YouTube creator's pointing out that 2 of her children are murderers. I have not watched that because many of you guys know I don't watch YouTube. I don't listen to other people's commentary on YouTube. The only way I get it is if somebody clips it and sends it to me. Why do I do this? Because I don't want my mind. I want to maintain objectivity. And with other people's interpretations without the proper facts is giving me a falsehood. And I can't listen to that. I trust the work that I do. I don't trust the work other people do, especially ones that don't leave their home, because they're using other people's work to derive their hypothesis and their opinion. I use my own work to derive my hypothesis and my opinion. So we pointed this out literally on day 3 of being into town, that she has created 2 murderers, and what kind of mother. I mean, it's like the Summer Wells case. You have Aunt that disappeared 10 years prior to Summer, and it's awfully funny that they both have been gone. Neither one have been found. And how often do you find, I mean, you find a whole entire family that disappears, but how often do you find that one member of the family disappeared 10 years before another member of the family, but the same players were involved in both cases? It's very rare. This is where family attacks family. In the Summer Wells case, I truly believe that they all know where Rose is, and they all know where Summer is. I believe that Rose was the case that they didn't expect to not be charged in. But since they knew that they got away with it with Rose, they did it again for Summer. I truly believe that. They already had one bite at the apple 10 years prior to Summer's disappearance. And then you've got this case, this particular case here. And this woman has created 2 murderers. Can you imagine the kind of lifestyle these kids lived through because of Billy Joe Powell? So much so that it's totally screwed them up so bad that they're both murderers. 2 of 4 children are murderers. And I guarantee Paul has a hand in accessory after the fact with his sister, Leilani. So now you have 3 of your children that are going to be involved in murder cases or homicide cases or death cases, however you want to say it. 3 out of 4 kids. The only one that survived is Michael. And I don't know what Michael's thing is. I just know I can't trust him anymore. I can't trust anything that comes out of that man's mouth because he lied to my face. He said he wanted to know the truth. We gave him all the information of the truth, and he does not want to hear it. He saw the stuff coming from his stepmother in her own handwriting. But yet he's still taking his time away from his family and his child to protect his murderous family. You don't get kudos from me. You don't get an attaboy from me. If this happened in my family, I can guarantee we don't protect each other like that. We just don't. And won't. So they're stopped searching until the rain goes away, and I can understand that. I mean, at this point, they're looking for a bag of bones. They're not looking for a whole person, and it's sad. At this point, it really doesn't matter how long they take. What they're dealing with right now and what they're going to deal with a month from now is going to be the same thing that they're going to have to deal with today. At the end of the day, the tissue is gone. They're looking for skull and bone fragments. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for his bones. A lot can be said from bones. People are like, how can they believe it or not? Pathologists and they know their stuff. They've studied a lot of bones. They've studied breaks of bones. It's fascinating, but they can determine causes of death even with no tissue. In some cases, not all cases. But like, for example, if the hyoid bone is broken, then that tells them that he was strangled. So there are ways to tell whether he was murdered or it was an accident. We'll see. I guarantee that this child here, based on everything I'm seeing, I guarantee he had bone fractures, healed bone fractures. And that's going to be hard to dispute even with even with fragmented bones. You can see the healing of the bones. You can see that the bone has been fractured or hurt or something like that. But with this child being covered in bruises, I just want people to see this. I mean, like, this breaks my heart. If this doesn't break your heart, then you are a monster. If you think that this family shouldn't be in jail over this photo alone, I'm sickened. I'm sickened. This photo here shows at least 2 abuses because the one in his face was already healing. So that was done days before this beating where he got purple marks on his arm and his knee. This is sad. This poor little baby underwent abuse that us as adults couldn't even handle. And the person that did this to him gets to lay in their bed at night while he lays in a landfill. And that's the truth. And it's sad. Sorry, I'm trying to get to this other super chat or super sticker. I don't know which one it is, but I'm trying to get to you. Golly, we have so much. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm missing a few. Okay, here, we're getting to some now. Okay, Plastic Jesus. Why do you keep blocking me from StreamYard? Because I don't know who you are and you sound like a troll. And when you come in here as the creator that put the clown out there, I ban you. So that's why I blocked you, is because you came up without a name and without a face. I know I smell trolls when I smell trolls. Now, if you're not a troll, and then there you go. I have no nonprofit. I guarantee if you look on anything, there is not one nonprofit outside of Manatee Community Impact Council that had my name on it at all. What nonprofit scam? When have I ever alleged that I work for a nonprofit or associated with a nonprofit? If you go back into your videos or into my videos from back in December and January, when we were talking about heels on the ground, we were talking about creating the nonprofit, dumbass. But that's why I kicked you off, because I could smell a troll a mile away, and you don't deserve to be here. But I will take your money. So thank you. Thank you for helping me support my cause, and thank you for helping me tell you what a douchebag you are. Appreciate it. Now get the hell off my channel. Nobody cares about you. And that's why you got to come up here with Plastic Jesus instead of your name, because you can't use your name. Can you, dumbass? Next time you want to come in here and insult me, make sure it's to $20 or more. Otherwise, I won't even address you online. I'll give you an opportunity to insult me, but you're going to pay me to insult me. Thank you, Black Magic. Nice to see you. Thank you. All right. Sunny D, thank you for the super sticker. God bless you. Oh, that's so sweet. So sweet. Thank you. Oh, Brenda, keep being you, Betty. Those haters hate. Let those haters hate. They don't have a life. No, they don't. I mean, I don't have a life either. My life is these victims. But my life is more rewarding than their life will ever be. Like, anybody can complain, right? Anybody, like, literally, how hard is it at the end of the day to complain about everything? Like, I could literally, if I wanted to be, I could literally complain about everything. I keep forgetting. A big shout out. This is off my thank you. We have two different Amazon wish lists. One is for equipment and stuff that we need. Actually, I got to remove some things because I did finally get my Apple phone. So, but there is also another one because people said, well, what if we want to just give you something special? We don't want it associated with the, Bullhorn Betty or your stuff. We just want to say thank you. So I set up a thank you Amazon wish list. And this was one off there that I put on there, and it's Just Breathe. We're going to be doing some stuff, and I just like these, many of you guys know I like inspirational sayings. I like anything that tries to get you in a positive atmosphere, a positive mindset, but I don't know who sent it. It didn't tell me who sent this to me. So whichever person out there that got this, I love it. Thank you so much. But I did get it, and I don't know who to personally thank for it. So thank you. And just a big virtual hug from me to you for that. But yeah, Brenda, we let the haters hate. You know, what's so funny is I was talking to another creator, and they're talking about, oh, you need to take care of this and you need to take care of that. And it's like, and they're like, what, you don't mind this? And I'm just like, it's not that I don't mind. I hate people talking. I hate people lying. And I hate people talking when they don't know what they're talking about. But You know what the crazy thing is I stopped listening to all the noise. I'm in a much better place since I stopped listening to the noise because I don't hear it. I don't see it. I don't care. And that's why I don't go to these channels because it has no relevance to me. None. Their opinion has no relevance to me. I do not value these people or their opinions. So I don't care. I don't even have to look because at the end of the day, we know that all they're going to do is espouse hate. They do absolutely nothing with themselves. They do nothing for any victim. Even if they wanted to dog and say, oh, I'm not true crime. I just like dogging these people that want to make money. Look, the news makes money off tragedies. LMN makes money off tragedies. Lifetime makes money off tragedies. A&E makes money off tragedies. Peacock makes money off tragedies. They make a hell of a lot more money than any YouTuber on this platform. I guarantee it. But we cover the cases and we do it in depth. We get ourselves out there on the ground to get the up-to-date, most information we can possibly get. And does it piss some law enforcement off that we're getting information? Yes. But it's not information that I'm not required to state, whether they like it or not. We have a duty. The power of the press is very important in this country. And we have a right to investigate these claims. We have a right. It's our duty. So whether people agree or disagree, it has no consequence to me. None. I don't care what they say. That's why I tell you guys, don't look under the hood. Because even if they say something, I don't care. I literally don't care. I stay out of people's chats. I don't go into them. I don't watch them. I don't support their channel. I don't watch even one commercial. Nothing that they say will ever stop what I'm doing. Nothing that they throw at me will ever stop me and stop my mission. So what does it really matter? I don't care. And you shouldn't either. If you don't support these channels, don't support them. Plain and simple. But looking under the hood, watching that video, watching that commercial, you are financially supporting that channel. And if you hate that channel, why would you financially support that channel? Thank you, Natalie. I love you. Big virtual hug to you too. Excuse me, I'm having indigestion issues. And I think it's because I'm drinking coffee. I haven't drank coffee in a while. Not a whole pot. I can't remember the last time I drank a whole pot. So you guys can imagine I'm probably going to be bouncing off the walls here today. And again, Karen, for the Good Morning Bitches cup. And it's twice the size of the Bullhorn Betty mug. Twice the size. Twice the size. No, I can't remember the channel, but there is a picture of Leilani's dad out there. He has not come out to speak. He definitely does not look like her father, and he's very easy on the eyes. I don't know. I saw the grandfather, and definitely for me, not easy on the eyes at all. He was kind of older, looked well older than his age. Like he was only like Billy Joe looks 65 to me. So if her father is 65, you got to think he looks probably 85. Again, this is a cycle of abuse. This is God knows what even Billy Joe went to screw her head up. And it's got to be from her family that she lived with. You know, was her father abusive in a very private way when she was younger? It is possible. It is possible. I believe a lot of this stuff, Billy Joe's problem, Leilani's problem, Quinton's problem, Quinton, the brother, Paul's problem. This is all stemming from major, major childhood trauma. And I would go as far as to say that these kids under Billy Joe's care were SA'd. And that may have done what did it for their brains. When you are SA'd at that young age and you see mommy doing drugs and you steal mommy's drugs and start doing them and you start numbing that pain and feeling how good it is to be taken out of your mind and not have to think about the trauma you went through. Next thing you know, you're addicted and going right down that same whole avenue that your mama did, which effed up your life to begin with. So this is definitely without a doubt, a cycle that has been going on from generation to generation. whenever Betty calls someone a dumbass, I always think of Red from the 70s show. Booyah! I love Red. Red's my kind of guy. He really is. But everybody knows that 70s show. Thank you for that. That's funny. That's funny. I know it's not enough that she got away with what happened to her child. Now she's thinking so low to go to make money off his story. Yes, she is. She's now got a Cash App. She's now got a wish list. This is just disgusting. It's disgusting. Oh, thank you from South Africa. God bless you. We have people literally all over the country in this chat room. As you guys can see, though, I am fully rested. My bags are gone. There's a little bit, they go down, but this right here, I think is from last night because I didn't go to bed. I've been getting up. So, because I've been sleeping so much, catching up on my rest. So like last night I went to bed at like 7:30, but I woke up at 8:30. And then I went to bed like around 9 or 9:30, and I didn't wake up until like 2 or 3 in the morning. And then I went to bed and got up at 5:30 in the morning. So this is all stuff, but for the most part, I'm good. See, I'm back to where I needed to be. In my, I thought it was going to take a good month before they went away, but just a few days. And as you can see, my face is clearing up, but I got that right there. I just clear. It's clear. It's healing. So I'm like back to 100%, and it's only taken almost a week to do. 3 weeks out, a week to recover. Now we're ready to go and hit it again and get out there. But I am going to be going and making sure that this particular one, there's no defined. I still believe in a personal capacity, I should have the right of the First Amendment to protest peacefully and assemble peacefully. Hold on just a second. My bestie. So my two besties, Olivia and Laura, they both called me today. And not voodoo candle lady, Laura. We don't like her. She's and for all those people that have lupus, we're going to be doing a lupus fundraiser. I'm not going to have any hand in the fundraiser portion of that. It's going to go directly to whatever organization that YouTube has on here. But I don't want anybody having to buy a candle from someone in hopes that this con artist will send the money over to the Lupus Foundation. We're going to do a fundraiser for lupus, and you don't have to buy a thing or put stuff in your home that could be toxic. A lot of stuff we don't realize comes in our homes. You got to remember how many people touch, like even this right here. This came into my home. I blessed this before it's still in its plastic, but I blessed this because I don't know what toxic stuff is attached to this before it comes into my home. So I bless everything that comes into my home. I do that because I want it to take all the funk off of it. So Jamie P says, do you think the baby is in the landfill? God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for the question. My personal opinion is yes, I truly believe that child is in the landfill. What kind of, I don't think this is, I don't want to think of what this child's body is like, but do I think he's in the landfill? I do. And here's why I think that. I think that because one, this is the first time Leilani has been put in this position where she's had to dispose of something or someone like this. So her thought process wasn't going to be clear. She's going to go to the path of least resistance and something that's easy to do as opposed to difficult to do because of her train of her mind and the pressure that this would have caused her, the stresses. She wouldn't have been thinking clearly. Plus, she was up all night. She was using drugs. She was using alcohol. And she had to try to do this as discreetly as possible without anybody knowing. So the idea of her going out there and digging, first of all, there's too many snakes out in that woods. That would put her in jeopardy, her life in jeopardy for trying to go out there and hide this child. She would have been noticeably dirty. She wouldn't have looked right. The reason why I think that she used this, the dumpster, is because there's really no other mode of disposal. People are saying, well, she could have went to, who's thinking to drive 10 miles out of their way to go dump a body in a lake. When unless you're put into something like this and have the stresses of this, you don't realize how screwed up your brain is. You don't think clearly. So I'm taking that into consideration when I'm making this statement that she was on drugs. She was up all night. Her brain under normal circumstances was not functioning correctly. Now you're adding the stresses of this child's death and having to dispose of this child. She made a lot of mistakes. She wasn't paying attention. She could have been looking right at a camera and not even see the camera. That's how much stress she would have been under at that moment. So she made a lot of mistakes that I think that law enforcement has capitalized on, which again is an issue for me because they know that they have charges they can prove, and they're failing to even bring those charges forward. You don't have to have the entire case wrapped up. The death count is different. It stands on its own merit as opposed to the body disposal. And the disappearance, the manner of which this child disappeared, stands on its own matter as opposed to the disposal and the death. The abuse stands on its own merit, not connected or related to the disappearance, death, or disposal of this child, etc., etc., etc. So this idea of dotting the I's just doesn't make sense to me. I know we had the police professional that got out of that type of work on here and saying, maybe it is possible that they're trying to make sure that, okay, listen, putting her in jail for an unrelated crime is not going to hinder their active and open investigation. It's not. Unless they're trying to say that because it'll take resources away from the investigation to investigate these other allegations. So they're not going to investigate the other allegation so they can focus 100% of their investigation on this case. That's totally not how you run a police department, totally not how you run an investigation. When you have a bad guy, you get the bad guy off the streets as quickly as possible. Then you do all your work. You find the case that you have the strongest evidence that you can pursue on its own, and that's what you arrest her for. This, for example, this abuse accompanied with an affidavit would put Leilani in jail. This photo, accompanied by an affidavit from somebody that saw or witnessed her do this to this child, would be absolutely 100% enough probable cause to arrest her and violate her probation. But as far as him being in the landfill, yeah, I do believe he's in the landfill because when I was out there, I don't really see any other mode of transportation, mode of disposal than the dumpsters that were readily available at that time. And again, the path of least resistance, they're not going to be cutting off deadbolts to get to a J-shaped lake, and not only that, but if they cut the deadbolts off, it would have been noticeable. You have barbed wire around most of those properties there. So again, the ability to be able to dispose of this child on other property is hindered. And so, yeah, those are the reasons why I believe, in addition to law enforcement saying they have overwhelming evidence that he is actually out there, are the reasons why I truly believe that this child is truly in the landfill. And what makes it so more despicable that Billy Joe is coddling the woman that put this child out there, but she's trying to claim that she loves this child. If you love this child, you stand up and fight for this child. You don't let strangers do it. And then you don't sit there and attack the strangers that are upset that your daughter is not in jail and that you're not in jail. Because at the end of the day, if she's truly a grandmother and truly sorry for this, she will take responsibility for her actions. When have we ever heard Billy Joe come out and say, I was wrong? I should have never left this child in my daughter's custody. I don't know what I was thinking. When has she ever come out and discussed why she left this child in the custody of her daughter? She don't tell me you give a damn about this child while you're keeping your mouth shut and not explaining your own dirty hands in this. I don't have time for it. Don't have time for it. I passed through here. I did see Mama Bullhorn is in the chat. Big shout out to Mama Bullhorn. I miss you. I love you. And she's got to come on the Bullhorn Betty channel just to talk to her daughter and see her daughter. So if those people out there are upset that I'm not giving you enough time and attention, well, my mama's not getting it either, and she gave birth to me. So calm down and be patient. Calm down and be patient. Missouri Mama says, it breaks my heart that as we speak, there are millions of children being abused this very second. That is a true statement. I just don't get it and never will. People give your children up if you're going to abuse them. Damn, absolutely. And some of these people, they don't want to admit to failure. They don't want people knowing what's going on behind their closed doors. They don't want people knowing that this facade is really a facade. And I think that's why they keep these children. Some of these people don't realize what they're doing is abusing their children. That's how sick they are, because they were abused so badly when they were children that the abuse that they're giving their children is pales into comparison of what they went through. So they think that they're treating their children good. That's how sick this cycle is. It really is. That's how sick this cycle is. Getting worn out just watching this on TV. I can only imagine y'all feeling at the end. Oh my God, are you kidding me? It was exhaustion. And I can't describe like the lack of sleep other than you're so exhausted, you can't sleep. That's the only way I can describe it. You're so stinking exhausted, you literally can't sleep. Your body is just full of all this energy. You would think that we'd work that energy out standing in the hot sun. So no. When we close our eyes, the stuff is running right through our brains. Everything that we didn't do right, everything that we forgot to say, everything, all this information, let alone the plethora of information that was literally just being sent to us, by hundreds of people. I seriously haven't, I would show you, but I don't want to dox anybody. All the people on my messengers that I still haven't even gotten to, that sent me stuff weeks ago. And I still haven't even read it or said thank you. We have been literally up to our eyeballs in information. It's been information overload, but God bless you for doing that, because we still have stuff to read and to digest that will drive this case forward. But I'm still got an issue with no charge Hadley, right? No charge Hadley. You can do whatever you can, but walk down the street. You can beat people up, kill people, dispose of bodies, beat people, like literally attack them with baseball bats, rip doors off hinges, and break and enter and assault people in their own home, and you don't go to jail. But let you block a driveway, let you walk down a road, let you do a handstand when you're not in any danger of or blocking any cars, let you do that, you go to jail. But the heinous acts, the heinous crimes, you get to walk free. You get to walk in the streets. You get to go to bed at night in your own bed. You get the privacy of using the bathroom. You get to use a shower whenever you choose. You can wake up and go to sleep. You can use drugs and drink alcohol. You can do whatever the hell you want as long as you're a real violent criminal. But let you walk down the street the wrong way and they'll have your ass in jail like what? That is sick. That is sick. That is a shame. This police chief, this no charge Hadley, should be ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed of his police department. Arresting people and then deciding what they charge them with, again, big problem. Because when they get to there, they're like, what should I charge them with? Oh, well, pedestrian and roadway. Then when you go and read the statute of pedestrian and roadway, it says basically you can jaywalk as long as it's you can be in the road as long as you're not blocking traffic, and as long as it's safe to do so, you can stand right in the freaking roadway, according to what this boy was charged with. And that's what he did. And he got arrested for it. So the charge actually bolstered that what he did was not criminal. It's crazy. You can't make this stuff up. You really can't. You can't make this stuff up. So that's kind of where we are in the grand scheme of things with this whole entire situation. But guys, we are at the top of 3 hours. I know each and every one of you. I just want to thank you guys all. Where are we on our? So we're not even at 1,000 likes. Can we go ahead and if you have not already, hit that like button. We work very hard. I'm on here for hours. I do hours upon hours of research after the cameras go off. And, as I'm preparing for the next day. Today it's only 9:30 and we're already been on live for 3 hours. And I'm coming back on here again after noon for all the afternoon people. So if you guys have not liked this segment, please do so. And don't forget to go out and like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to change that bell to all, because we are going to be doing multiple shows on this channel, because we've picked up a lot of new subscribers and members that are not up at the crack of dawn like we usually are. So I want to make sure that they get to hear some of the stuff that we're talking about in the mornings, in the afternoons, so they can get alive and they can have their questions heard and answered as well. A big shout out to Snow. I haven't seen you in a while. Another beautiful supporter of this channel, and she sponsored a trip for Summer Wells. And again, God bless you. Getting me out to this trip earlier when I left, and I didn't have even money for a hotel at the time, but I had money to get there. And the day that I went up there was sponsored by Emma. Another shout out to Emma. Thank you. These are, and all the beautiful people that have sponsored me since I got there. But when I got there, and for Snow as well as Emma, these are the people that got me out there. So for those 2 trips. So I just want to say thank you to all the supporters, all the subscribers. Remember, I hear people saying, I can't afford your membership. I'm on a fixed income. You're doing your part. Don't ever feel like you owe me anything. You're doing your part. You're here listening. You're here supporting. You're here giving me positive words of affirmation. You're here watching my videos and watching the commercials. You're doing your part. You're helping this channel. And you're financially supporting this channel without $1 out of your pocket. So thank you for everybody doing everything that they can for these cases. God bless each and every one of you. And again, I am just your representative out there. I don't put myself out there. You put me out there. And, what you guys are doing are helping this cause and helping us get further out there, helping us look into cases. Hopefully, we don't have to use the bullhorn as much, right? Because at the end of the day, I'd really like to be searching for these kids. I'd really like to be getting the interviews and doing the investigative journalistic part of these cases, as opposed to being a protester and having to fight for these children. Will I? Absolutely will. I proved that. It's not about just talking the talk. It's about walking the walk. And I prove that each and every day. I try to be fearless. I try to fight. And you know what? I even put myself in legal jeopardy in some cases, like when we have police department like Chatham County Police Department that doesn't mind charging people erroneously and falsely arresting them. Those are the types of things that we fight against. But obviously, there is the propensity of that in this police department, and it scares the crap out of me. Does it stop me? Will it silence me? No, it will not. As many of my haters say, I've been arrested in a litany of times. What's one more charge, right? And those charges were from crap that I did that I shouldn't have been doing. This is, I will be wearing this arrest proudly as a badge of pride, that a corrupt police department arrested me for exercising my constitutional rights because they're a corrupt police department. I would wear that. I would post my own mugshot up for you guys, right? The first one in a decade. Are you kidding me? So, it's one of those things. It's worth it to me. It's worth it to me. Do I want to go down? No, I'd rather handle this diplomatically. I'd rather, them back off and allow me to do my job and allow me to exercise my rights in the confines of the law of the state of Georgia. But if they don't, then hey, if you got to arrest me and that's what you want to do, you better buckle up. Because we're going to have a bumpy ride. We're going to have a bumpy ride. Mama Bullhorn, I'm live. Okay, let's see what you got to say. Maybe you don't want to come up. All right, Mama Bullhorn, you are on speaker and you are live. You're going to have to turn me down your background.
Okay. I just read a message from someone in chat that brought up a very good point.
Okay.
That might go against what you believe. And the fact of the matter, if they charge her with child abuse and neglect now, that goes in through the DA as an individual case, and she has to be tried for that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they come down with the murder charges, that is a separate case.
Mm-hmm.
The child abuse and neglect cannot be mentioned in the murder trial as a pre-existing case.
That is correct, but they wouldn't allow that to be brought in under normal evidentiary circumstances anyways.
But what I'm saying is that might be why they're waiting. They're waiting to charge her with everything, so it goes as one trial.
But see, that doesn't make sense to me, because every single count that they allege in their complaint, the defense attorney can actually go before the judge and have them make it its own separate case, because they have to stand on their own merit. So that, to me, still doesn't make sense, because even if they bundled this all together, her attorney can say, well, I want 3 separate trials, one for this, one for that, and one for that. So it really doesn't matter.
Well, I'm looking at several other cases. What I'm thinking is, if they had to rob the school bus fund to search for this baby, they must be hurting for money or something.
Mismanaged county. I know what I'm talking about. I told you that I sniffed it.
They don't have the money for 2 separate trials.
Well, unfortunately, when it comes to crime, don't tell me you don't have money to do your job. That's your only job for law enforcement, is to keep their only job is safety. That's their only job. And if you're telling me you're financially strapped where you cannot provide a safe environment, you've already failed.
Well, I have to say, I have never in my life heard of county police. There's the county sheriff, there's the city police, and there's the mounted posse, which usually handles anything
in the city,
in the rural and city areas.
Not the mounted police. The mounted police are typically in the city limits, in the downtown area.
The posse.
You're right.
But I have never in my life heard of a county police. The definition of police is city.
Yep.
I don't get it.
I don't either. I don't know how they even got. I don't know what this county is. Whatever they're doing, it's corrupt as hell. They didn't get what they wanted with their county sheriff's department, so they said, "Oh, let's just make a city police for our county." What? Who makes these rules up? I don't.
So that means all the people under the city police and the county sheriff are paying extra taxes for these bozos to have their own private police.
Well, now you know where the racket's coming from for the county. There's the racket right there. It all comes down to money and corruption and cronyism. We know that.
All right, baby. I'm in the middle of the storm right along with you. How's your roof? Have you got any?
Hell if I know. I'm not outside. If any more shingles come off, it's the last few strips of shingles I got up there. But I'm in my, I don't know if the other room's leaking, but so far the back of the house is holding up.
Well, I've got, I think the last standing piece of our fence went down this morning, so.
I don't even want to look, to be honest with you, Mom. I really don't want to look. The lawn guy came over and said, "Do you want your lawn done?" I said, "Yeah, I sure do, but not right now. See me at the end of the week." Because I know I was going to have a bunch of trash, and I don't want to be doing this all by myself, so I'll pay him to do it.
I told you I'll come over there and help you stack that fence and cut that tree down.
I don't want to do anything until FEMA gets here.
All right. I love you, girl.
I love you too, Ma.
Bye.
For all that don't know, that's Mama Bullhorn. Mama Bullhorn in the house. Everybody put your hearts up for Mama Bullhorn. She keeps this girl going in the right direction. What is this? House of Williams. I gotta go over there. I haven't watched her since. Is House of Williams in here? Hello, love bug. There she is. She did get in here. You just got here. Nice to see you. I gotta say, I don't know if you were here yesterday. I gave you a big shout out because I told everybody that you were more beautiful in person than you are online. And I have to be honest, you were right. When me, you, and Marissa were in that screen, we look good together. I gotta be honest with you. And you seem like a lot of fun. I hope one day we get to meet on different. You're in my state, so I hope you're faring well with this whole storm thing that we're dealing with right now. But definitely would love to hang out. You seem like a hoot to be around. You seem like a lot of fun, and I would love one of these days, not work, but just to let the girl's hair hang down, us go out and paint the town. That's what I'd like. That's what I'd like. If you guys don't know who House of Williams is, she is just raunchy funny, just absolutely hilarious. I absolutely love her. I was just in awe of seeing her and giving her a hug. You know, it was, you know, when you hug somebody, you feel them, you feel their vibe, you feel who they are, and just a beautiful soul inside and out, and just love her. And I was glad to have the experience. I will tell you, Mallory, that there was one of your hugest fans that were sorely disappointed. When you left that night, Dolly showed up literally 10 minutes after you had left. He has been dying to meet you. Dying. He was so disappointed that he missed you, and he literally missed you by that little bit of time. So anyways, just a big shout out to House of Williams. Thank you, ICU, for that. And somebody can throw Marissa's link in here too. I think that's the one I have not seen in here. Oh, Donna, thank you so much for the beautiful super sticker. I appreciate it. I love you lots. Love you lots. So, oh, Susie Anna in the house. Nice to see you too, hun. Mama Llama, I see you. I love you, Mama Llama. I see you fighting for us. Yes, we do love us. We do love us some House of Williams. So we are House of William lovers here. And you guys got to understand, she's had some funny things to say about Bullhorn Betty too. So it's you know, she's just funny. She's just funny. I don't mind people making me laugh when they talk about me. I have a problem when all they're doing is trying to humiliate, harass, and cyberstalk. Big difference. Big difference. Definitely love House of Williams. Love her commentary. Love her making me laugh. But she is hilarious. Listen, people! I think that's your. We need to have a shirt that just says that. Mallory on one side with a like the little things that call it out, and it says, "Listen, people." I want to cry. I lost my membership. What do you mean you lost your membership? I'm so sorry, Rhonda. You shouldn't lose your membership here. Hopefully, when everything is said and done, you guys can all get together on better terms. Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? But it seems so crazy because we plan stuff like that. And it's like right after a big case like this, when we really just need to unwind and just have some fun and let our hair hang down, the next case is right behind it. And that's what's so hard about the work that we do here on YouTube, especially in this true crime genre, is that there's no end to evil. There's no end to despicable. It's a rolling, just rolling. It from one to the other. I can literally walk around. I said this, and I actually challenged myself to do it and was successful at doing it, even though you guys didn't see it. And those will be rolling out sometime soon. But it's the you can go into any city and any county in this country, in any state, and you can find a case to discuss. Seriously, that's how sick it is. There is not one city or county across this USA that hasn't been touched by crime or murder. I challenge people. Send me one county or city that's never had a murder or case in it. It just doesn't happen. In this genre, you'll never, even if it wasn't an active case right now. Oh, is House of Williams up to 10K? Congratulations, girlfriend. Congratulations. You deserve it. What I like about House of Williams is she's fair. She's fair. And she's funny, right? She's not going to call you a complete jerk off, an asshole, if you're not a complete jerk off or asshole. So if she ever says that Bullhorn Betty's a jerk off and asshole, guess what? I bet you I did something to be a jerk off and asshole. Right? So well done, House of Williams. Congratulations. We love you. And thank you for coming out and representing Quinton's voice. Again, she's not part of the true crime, but this case resonated with her. It compelled her to do something more. And she was out there right with us. And God bless her for that. God bless her. So Clash with Bao. The panel link is down, and it's down because we're wrapping up. We're already at the top of the third hour. I still have another show to prepare for this afternoon for our late afternoon folks that are on the Bullhorn Betty channel. So we will definitely, and not only that, but now I got to go and look at House of Williams. I got to go laugh. So when we go down here, guys, go over to House of Williams and check her out. Check her latest live out. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. I find her freaking hilarious. I have to be honest with you. I find her hilarious. So go over there and check her out. We got a lot of other great creators here. Justice for All, Marissa, House of Williams, who else? Dolly Vision, JLR. JLR's been doing some investigative journalism on all this stuff, especially the disruptors out there that really did try to make this into a circus and racket. It's despicable. And they were able to stay. Think about that. So these people that didn't even know Quinton's name were able to stay, and the clown was able to stay. But me out there with my camera running a live, bringing this content to you under the freedom of press was not. So let's think about that. Who is this police chief and the department working for? Is it working for the people of Chatham County, or is it working for the criminal element of Chatham County? I'm starting to think the latter. But with that, guys, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your busy day to spend it with me. I want to thank you, everybody, for your time and your opinions that came on to the panel. And everybody, I just want you to know that it only takes one person to affect change. You can be a change in your area. If you see something, say something. Don't forget to be fearless, folks, because again, if you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. We're seeing what a pound of cure looks like. And guys, always remember, whether you agree with law enforcement or not, fund your law enforcement counterparts. Okay? Fund them. Because you may not need it for the petty crimes, but when you have something happen in your family and you need law enforcement, you don't want them having to go and beg for money to go search for your loved one. This is the real facts of the case. Here we've got a department that is so defunded, they can't even properly investigate a crime for a 20-month-old child. And that's the reality of the Defund Your Police platform. Whether you guys are on the right or the left, this is the result of it. So please change course, because it could be your child next. With that, have a great day. God bless each and every one of you. And please hold your family tight. If you haven't talked to a family member or a friend in a while, pick up the phone. Let them know you're still thinking of them. Let them know you care. Good.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.